Normally you do a countdown, but all right. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Senezal's Archivists. Last time, our insipid heroes, is that the word I'm looking for? Made most of their way to Mist's End, following a little bit of trouble along the road at the hands of some Exvarts, and then also by some smaller, shittier replicas of Stormseeker. However, after fighting them off, the party had a good long rest by the fireside and are waking up the following morning feeling refreshed and roughly about a half day's journey away from Mist's End. If you remember, one of their horses died. I think Remy's horse died at the hands of the giant ape throwing a rock at it.
The conjured steed, though, or like the right?
The real horse.
There was, for some reason, I had a real horse as well as a as the steed one. Snowdrop. Snowdrop's fine.
Snowdrop is fine. Maybe it was Xylia's horse then.
I think it was mine. Well, no, mine ran away.
One ran off.
No, yours ran away. Was it Keothe's horse?
Was it Kimoth's?
No.
It was.
It was Sarah's horse.
Oh yeah.
I left Snowdrop with Sarah to watch over Sarah, and I took Sarah's horse, and that's the horse that died. Xylia's one ran away, but we caught up to it and got it back.
Yes.
Right. Oh god.
So yes, Sarah is horseless, but Sarah can also grab a ride with one of your lighter party members anyways, without too much issue. Not that he was having a great time riding a horse by himself anyways. He clearly had no idea what he was doing. What else was there? Oh, yes. Nori, if you look at Soulmender now, you'll notice that there's a new block to it to add to what you got when you added Vanga's scales to it.
And it says... I don't know. Where's the block on there?
Should be at the very bottom. Of Soulmender, not your character sheet. The item. In magic items.
Oh. Wait, what? Oh, on the other page.
Yes.
Right?
No.
Help me.
In the journal, but not in your character sheet.
Oh, hey.
Someone help her, please.
Help me.
Every day of my life. Okay.
That's
cool.
We love her. It's a good thing she's cute.
Yo, I can now cast Tasha's Caustic Brew, Melf's Acid Arrow, and Vitrolic Spear using...
I don't believe you can actually cast Vitrolic Sphere because I'm pretty sure it's a level 4 spell. But when you do eventually,
What?
And then Acid Splash and Primal Savagery cantrips?
Yeah.
Look up what Primal Savagery is.
It's a physical spell attack that you basically conjure claws or teeth and slash at your foe.
Ooh.
It also deals acid damage. In the case of your staff, when casting Primal Savagery, the scythe at the top of it, rather than being a single blade, extends into 3 claws, much like a dragon's talon.
So I can have it added onto my weapon? Is that what you're saying?
It's a spell attack. So when you cast it using Primal Savagery, or using the staff rather, it becomes a dragon's claw for the duration of the spell.
And do I add what Primal Savagery would give to it to the attack of the blade?
It's a spell attack specifically, so it's its own weapon basically as the spell.
Okay, but it's a cantrip.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
It's like Shocking Grasp if you use that.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
So, returning you quickly to the world map. I'm very zoomed out on that. You can see the party is currently just south of Basquemont, actually probably a little bit further ahead than that.
I'm not back to the world map personally.
Oh, I moved myself. I didn't move all of you.
We're stuck.
Forgive me. It has been It has been since last year since I've used Roll20.
First dad joke of 2022.
That's a Dungeon Daddy joke.
You're a joke.
Well, I thought I felt better.
My girlfriend, everybody.
Also, you called us insipid. Insipid means lacking flavor or of little interest.
Lacking
So
flavor or
just-
what?
Of little interest. Boring. Like you called us the boring party, or we lack flavor. Just a heads
So it's
up.
not the word I was looking for.
Do know
You
what
were
this
looking
means?
for, I'm pretty sure, the word intrepid, because that's where that word is what is used.
No, I was looking to insult you. I just couldn't remember what word it
Alright,
was.
well,
Sapphic, maybe?
Fuck you.
Either way,
no,
this means
not
that me
sapphic.
and Remy
We
are
killed
going
the
to go
DM.
and start playing our music so that we are very flavorful and interesting.
What do you mean sapphic is an
So,
insult? I
yeah.
actually take offense to that.
Okay, sapphic doesn't mean what I thought it meant.
Yeah, sapphic, relating to sexual attraction between women, Dana. What is happening to you?
Cancelled there.
What the fuck?
Actually
What the
very
fuck word am I
offensive.
thinking
Thank
of?
you.
Cancelled
Yo,
there.
Day out here, really trying
me
hard
a-
at the beginning. At the
A
beginning of
flavorless lesbian. I don't like it.
Better than being a bad flavored lesbian.
Daya, is your internal dictionary broken?
Holy
Yo,
Honestly-
Daya's out here for blood of the LGBTQ plus community in 2022, and I'm not liking it.
That's on YouTube.
What on? Why is it on me?
On
oh,
YouTube.
No, I thought you said
YouTube.
that's on YouTube, and I was like, what do I have to
Hmm.
do with it?
Welcome
the
to
word
hell.
comprehension and the hearing comprehension, the power couple.
Now you understand why we get along so well, because I can insult her all day and she doesn't understand it.
Welcome to 2022.
Yeah, and that's because you picked the wrong words to insult her with.
Yeah,
They
it's
meant
because-
something else.
It's because you're a fucking dumb bull.
Turns out I'm actually complimenting her, or otherwise not saying anything insulting to begin with. Meanwhile, she thinks all day that I'm just saying the nicest things because that's all she hears.
Just a boring lesbian, though. Oh my god. That was just,
Holy shit.
oh no.
Oh, my poor heart can't take this today.
And
Interesting
I got
start to the
pointed out
game.
For being old today, I feel like I shouldn't have
Wow.
come.
Man. So I know for a
You're just
fact
a boring
that-
old lesbian.
Yeah, I feel like 100%. Oh no. I'm pretty sure you meant to say intrepid. Intrepid is fearless and adventurous.
No, because I was trying to insult you, so I wouldn't have said intrepid.
No, I don't believe it.
Oh, fuck.
When you're so bad at English, you can't insult people.
Incipient? That's not it.
Insipid?
Anyways, so the party.
Lacking wisdom. Incipient. That's the word I was
Very-
looking for.
Okay.
Maybe next time we'll sit with small
So now
words
we're
there.
done.
Is that
Yes.
so? Is
The stupid
I feel like
The,
that
the
was,
intention behind it was to say that it was not a very smart party.
Oh, I feel like that word more aptly describes you at this point.
Yeah,
Yes, honestly, at the end of the day, as it works out, it describes me far better.
You see,
Just
we're
a
not,
big
not a
old,
very
big
smart
old dumb
party, huh?
incipient boy.
Lacking wisdom, using words in which I was not familiar.
I would beg
With
to
which?
differ. We are a very smart
All
party.
day.
Incredibly
it.
smart.
Just
Get
disregard
that
my cat. I don't know what's
intelligent
getting into her today, but she's like wandering around my desk, going over to the window and like looking out of it.
Oh.
You might hear her meow
Ooh,
a few
me
times.
too.
Yeah,
I'm
you
smart.
ready? You ready, guys?
I did it.
See?
Oh my fuck.
We are smart, motherfucker.
Yay! Get
Come
in
on,
there, Remy. Get that intelligence save.
Come on. Come on.
It's an intelligence save.
Yeah.
To be fair, incipient means lacking wisdom, specifically.
Oh, fine.
That's okay. I don't.
Fuck.
Hey.
Anyway, take the party average. Now your turn, dear.
I mean, I'm the DM. Let me just give myself god stats, I guess.
Oh.
Hold up. What kind of stats does God have?
Google it.
Don't call God stupid too, please.
I don't.
Yeah, please don't call God an old stupid lesbian.
We don't want to offend any more people.
An old, boring, stupid lesbian.
Oh my god. All right. Okay, let's get off this topic
Let's
now.
just play D&D now.
All right, before we commit any more heretical acts, let's play D&D. So yes, the following morning, you guys awake, grab yourselves a quick trail breakfast, and head back on the road. Unless there's anything you want to do before you continue your journey.
I'll share my horse with Sarah.
Okay. He's clinging to you for dear life the entire ride.
My favorite part is that there's just a massive scythe on my back too, so I'm sure that's really comfortable and exciting.
He's clinging to you, but his head's like this.
Yo, not gonna develop neck problems.
He's like when you hold a cat directly in front of you and their head just like recoils.
Yeah.
He's like a baby sloth holding onto the mama sloth.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Except gravity's not pulling him away. He is.
Love it.
But with that, you guys can make the rest of your journey to Mist's End without any more interruptions. The trail gradually goes from a sort of lightly forested to the south and craggly canyons towards the north to more just open grassland. And in the far distance to the south, you can see the beginnings of a swamp, but it's still quite far off. And you begin to make a trail around a large lake bed, above which for a while you don't see a whole lot, but then begin to see hanging in the sky above this lake bed a large, you think, rock formation? Simply hanging there. And for the next couple hours of your trip, you begin to see that there's a line from this rock formation going all the way down to the ground ahead of you guys. And as you begin to get closer and closer, you realize this is a giant metal chain seemingly going from the side of this lake bed, which is also, the lake is roughly about 20-30 feet down a cliff face from where you guys are currently walking. So the cliffs go directly down to the water below, and the chains come down and attach directly into this cliff. And the chain links themselves, each like round link is probably about as tall as one of you.
Damn.
Okay.
And despite being exposed to the elements, presumably all the time, they shine a very polished, almost silvery color. Like a silvery steelish color. As they simply hang there, almost perfectly taut, hanging onto this rock formation. And as you get closer to this chain, you can see another one stretching from the westernmost tip of this rock formation down to cliffs all the way over to the west. And you can see in the west of this basin around the lake is a town. As you can see buildings in the distance as you get closer and closer. And so I will move you to Mist's End.
Finally get to see what it looks like. Ooh. I like.
And so
It was really blurry for a second. I was like, what's happening?
it takes a second to load.
Holy shit, that is cool.
Tiny party marker.
God, we are so small. Oh, okay.
Itty bitty space.
That's super
80
cool.
kitty bitty space. She's attacking my wires on the other side of my computer. Fucking cats. I'm gonna lock her out of my room shortly, but for now she can continue to be a nuisance. But yes, as you continue your journey and begin to make the rounds, you get closer to the city itself, and you can see it is definitely a port city, as you can see the sea off to the west directly from it. There appears to be some sort of, not like stone walls, but like maybe wooden palisades set up between the city and the north and south of it. Clearly meant to be some sort of rudimentary defense against the invaders, but not in a way that's so inhibiting that you could actually have like guards doing like check-ins and whatnot. The rock formation itself, as you've begun to make like the western swing of this lake bed, you can see that up on top of it is a huge stone fortress of some kind. And by the looks of it, even from this distance, it looks pretty dilapidated. Dilapidated?
Yeah, dilapidated.
You can see large chunks are missing and big holes in the sides of it where seemingly rock have just over time crumbled and decayed in the elements. Decayed's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Fallen to ruins. And as you make your way over to the city itself, it's, like I said, the walls aren't exactly there to provide any sort of checkpointing. You can see there are guards in some of the watchtowers, but they don't stop you along your way. They do definitely notice you, but make no effort to stop you or call out to you or anything. And the city itself is definitely no Talona. It's not nearly as big. Probably closer to the maybe 10,000 people range, you would guess. It's still fairly big, and it very clearly has like its own barracks. It has like an actual port. And you can see that the lake bed, or the cliffs hanging over the lake bed, clearly have a way of descending to the lake bed itself. You can see small fishing boats now that you're close enough in the lake bed. You assume fishing, as well as off to the sea. So clearly there's trade to be had here, at least in the waterfaring fronts. As there's not, as far as you know, too much else south of Mist's End, so it can't really serve as a trade checkpoint, apart from between itself and Boskman. Onyx has also come to say hello with his butt.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, so as you wheel your way into town, I guess one of the first things you would try to look for in any town, you take notice that there doesn't appear to be any obvious signs of a guild hall.
Oh.
Or a mercenary guild hall, that is, specifically.
But they have a barracks, you said?
They do have what appears to be a barracks, as there are like actually defensible walls set up around it. Probably more of a fort for use in dire circumstances.
Yeah.
So definitely some form of militia or some form of soldiery, but not anything extravagant. The town doesn't appear to be very well defensible outside of that fortress itself, unlike Talona, which is entirely encased by walls. I'm going to lock the cat out. Give me a second.
No worries. I kind of want to climb the chains.
You want to climb them?
Yeah.
Why do you want to climb them?
To get to the rock.
I want a Final Fantasy
I feel
X
like there's
style
got to be a
slide down
better
chain.
transportation method
Oh,
than
there definitely
climbing
will
the
be.
chains.
Well, you can go ahead and make me a history check because you may have learned about it.
I thought you were going to force me to climb them then.
Oh.
What, me make a history check?
Can we
or
all, or
Any of you. Yep.
Remy? Oh, Pog.
I don't know why I have a +3. What happened?
Guidance, most likely.
Do I have that on?
Yeah, you set guidance to be on.
How do I turn that on? Where is it?
The only one who would really remember anything is Remy.
Oh yeah.
Which sort of actually kind of makes sense. As Remy would recall that back in the Second Age, when you went to the past and did a little bit of learning about geography of the area, you learned a little bit about a college called Misendred, which used to be located in this area upon a large rock formation floating as if propelled by a large magnetic field. And the academy itself was built upon this rock in a huge fortress, hopefully to preserve its knowledge throughout the ages.
And what did you say the name of the college was?
Misendred.
Misendria?
Misendred.
Misendred.
How you spell it?
Misendred.
Okay. And it
Misery
was
and dread.
there was something about the magnetic field you said around it?
Yeah, the lake bed itself has a large magnetic field, and the rock formation is simply just a massive deposit of magnetic ore.
Right, which is
Jesus.
assumedly why it's floating. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Back in the second age, the chains were not there, as far as you're aware. However, there were stabilizers built into the island at the time to keep it from rolling over, which it had done once in the past, and killed almost everybody upon the rock. As would happen if a large landmass were to suddenly flip.
I will relate that to the party.
All right.
Because I do remember them talking about a college up there.
From your recollection, Valkyrie said that he had attended said college.
And it was
You guys
just
think he's chilling in the... Well, he said he was in an armory, but you think he could be chilling in that college, the old college?
I doubt it, because didn't he also say, or didn't somebody tell us that it was basically just, like, what's the word? Not ruins, but not used anymore?
It probably doesn't help that there's no way up.
Yeah, I mean, if
How high
it
up
was
is
that...
Several kilometers.
Oh. You can climb the chains.
Yeah, you would notice upon passing the chains and getting close enough to see them, they are spiked all along the sides of them to prevent people from simply climbing them.
We can't climb the chains.
And there's
Yeah,
nothing...
you could, as long as you could take the damage of occasionally spiking your hand.
For several
And
kilometers.
There's nothing around to notate that there's any sort of travel between...
Not that you can see. Maybe they do it some way via boat, but said boats don't seem to fly, so...
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like there's any sort of, like... I forget, it's been so long. Are airships a thing in this world?
Not anymore.
Okay, that's an old thing. Okay, never mind.
And remind me, the chains are keeping it down, right?
Correct.
More like keeping it from flipping.
Oh.
Because it's being basically held aloft by what constitutes as a giant magnetic wind, it's not exactly stable on its own, and could, like a ping pong ball, suddenly just kind of roll.
Yeah. Jesus. Should we go ask around in the town?
I mean, we can try and see if anyone's ever made it up there, if people do go up there at all.
Yeah, maybe try and ask around.
Mm-hmm.
And see what the dealio is. Does it seem like there's an inn or a tavern or something?
Bar or something?
Yeah. As you're entering in from the north, you would notice immediately, just like almost as if it's there purely for visitors, the Salted Merlady is a...
Of course.
Yep. And it's the icon, not icon, but the
signage.
The signage has the name of it, and beside it you can see what appears to be almost like a pruned merperson.
Wait, like a pickle, like an actual merperson that's been pickled?
No, like a picture of one, basically.
Okay.
Like a drawing.
I was terrified. I was terrified for
Look, I played Dragon Age 2 before they had the hanged man, and there was a hanged man.
Oh, God.
All right.
No, they're not quite so savage.
There's a picture.
Yeah. Remy, it feels a little bit...
it still feels violent.
It feels violent and it feels a little uncomfortable for your fishy self to look upon.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a, what do you call it when you, like in the forest, when you put the pieces of dead body on the things and hang it
An
outside so
effigy?
people... Yeah, kind of like an effigy.
Kind
But
of,
a
kind
picture
of.
of one. Is it that same kind of
Does
feeling?
this look like it's the only bar?
It's definitely culturally
around?
insensitive towards your kind, Remy.
Yeah,
Jesus.
fuck. Is there a different bar potentially or something?
You can look
around?
deeper into the town if you wish.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, it's fine. I can stay out if you guys just want to like pop in and ask. I mean, they might have. I'll just stay. I mean, I can go in if.
Nope, we're gonna find somewhere else. And I will walk into the city further. I do not wish to.
Is there a window in the bar? Can I just peek in the window and see what I see?
Yeah, there's definitely windows. You can approach and sort of make me a perception check as you're trying to like look in the window. Are you trying to like not be seen as you do so, or do you just not give a shit?
Not particular. I just want to see what's going on.
Okay, so yeah, just a perception check then. You try to get a good look in, but with the sun this high up in the air, you're mostly just getting your own reflection. Which at first you're like, oh, there looks like there are some not merfolk.
Oh,
Jesus
that person
Christ,
looks
some
a lot like
Titans in there.
me.
And you're like, wait, oh, that's me.
Is
Oh
the
no.
is the sign...
Remy's like a mini himbo.
My intelligence
known.
do be 0.
This is known.
A little mini himbo. I love it. Precious.
I'm a little buff himbo.
A little. Oh my god.
Is there
Just
anyone
a
around?
tiny buff himbo.
It's okay. My intelligence is -1, so.
Oh, see, mine's at least
Kyoti's
just
a
0.
big himbo.
Is there
Himbo 1 and
anyone
Himbo
around
2.
watching us?
Sorry?
Is there anybody around that can like see us or watching us?
There are people around. They're not paying you any special attention though.
Not even me. That's good.
No. Even the patrons of the bar, like those that you did see in there, didn't seem to take any real notice of you. They noticed in passing a Triton poking his head out the window, and we're just like, whatever. Not a big deal. Clearly not something that they're not
They
accustomed
just
to.
see a Triton waving at himself.
You also, looking around, I guess, at the people noticing you, you notice that there's a decently high military presence here. As you can see, like soldiers pretty much anywhere, but none of them like appear to be guarding anything in particular. They just seem to be going about their business.
As we're going to find another bar, is there any sort of signage or symbolism that would suggest this like anti-mer people situation is like town-wide, or is it just this is like
Are they trying to be
the
funny
shitty-
and
Dodgy
edgy
end of
with
the,
the
this is the
bar?
dodgy end.
this is
Make
the
a-
QAnon bar? Like,
Make an insight check,
Non-bar. Oh no.
Mr.
Do we
Triton boy.
all do an insight check?
No, just Mr. Well, everybody else can, but you'll have disadvantage.
I'll take it.
Mr. Triton boy might notice it a bit easier than the rest of you.
I'm just gonna let the Triton boy do his
I'm doing a
thing.
what
Yeah.
check? An insight check?
Yeah.
So Xylia is a bit preoccupied with the dried up mer person.
Oh.
And the chains. Wondering how the two are related.
Does Xylia see it as offensive?
So
Definitely a bit odd that an establishment would have what you perceive to be a sentient being as like its mascot in a dead effigy.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
So it's a little bit.
Where's the sign? Is it
can
like
anybody really be?
It's like just above. It's like above the like main door.
is it attached or is it like hanging?
It's hanging.
I'm just gonna like act like I'm speaking to Remy.
Okay.
Don't implicate me in a property
I'm just gonna
damage.
act like I'm speaking. Since there's nobody around, and it's gonna be kind of difficult to even tell. I think I'm gonna, because catapult's just a speech component. So I'm just gonna speak, and I'm gonna try and knock the sign down with something. I don't like the sign.
Catapult
As the
deals how
man
much
who
damage
burns
again?
an entire boat full of orcs to their watery doom. I don't like this
I don't
sign.
like the sign. Let me have a
What,
look.
3d8?
It is.
Here comes the bar fight.
Yeah, it is 3D at level 1. I will just do it at level 1, because, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, do I need to roll for it too, right?
Sorry?
The
I need
poor
to roll for it
mermaid's
for the
just
damage.
going.
No, well, you already rolled the damage there.
Oh, true.
The 13 bludgeoning.
Hell yeah.
A rock jumps up from the ground nearby and simply smashes right through the sign, leaving a nice little puncture mark right through it.
Who did
Oh,
that?
now it looks even worse.
No, now they can't tell what it is. I'm like, oh, no, what? That was scary.
But it says mer lady.
The salted merlin.
The surrounding townsfolk don't seem to actually notice what broke, though a few people look up at the noise like, what the hell was that?
I look up too.
I
Jesus.
also look.
The rest of you don't matter, but Xylia, make me a deception check to sell that you have no idea.
Well, we know how this goes. I've got to win one eventually, right?
Even your party's a little bit fooled by that one. They're like, oh, maybe he wasn't involved. For once, Xylia's not involved in the bullshit.
Let's go. But I make it very clear to you all afterwards that it was me, and I'm proud of it.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, do I think somebody's shooting at me?
Am I going to be paranoid?
Xylia, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't deface public property.
Well, it's a stupid
Even
sign,
though-
stupid
but it's
public
really,
property,
really
horrible.
bad public property.
Don't like
I mean,
it.
that's true.
And I could
it's
tell you
true.
didn't like it. We got rid of it,
It's-
kinda.
But like, maybe there was a better solution. Like, maybe we could have just like covered it with a bunch of flowers.
Well, I was gonna
or,
cast
like,
Fireball and burn it, but I thought that might be a little bit too obvious, so I chose a rock instead.
Yeah, that's bad.
I could go take it down and see if we could see what they have to say about it.
I feel like if we lord it around too much,
I could
we
cast
might get in trouble.
Mouse Acid Arrow and just get rid of it for good.
I'm gonna go try and find another bar.
Yay!
All right. In that
One
case,
without dead sea people in the name.
that's probably for the best. Moving through the town now.
It's just like home.
Sorry?
But it feels just like that you turn the audio on, and I was just making a joke, like.
There's no chickens and donkeys though.
Oh, it feels a little lonelier than home.
No.
No farmland here.
There's also no. Actually, there doesn't appear to be too much farmland.
No
would be one thing
dogs,
that you
no
noticed.
cats, no nothing.
Seagulls.
No.
Oh,
interested.
God, I hate
Bars.
Oi,
seagulls.
oi,
Throw your crisps at them.
Did you say throw more rocks? Okay, hold on.
Catapult. Yeah, as you move your way through the town, you kind of you start taking a look around to see like what local businesses there are, and you find a lot of the general shops that you would see in almost any city. And you do, as you get closer to the docks, see another inn called the Harpy, which doesn't have anything quite so culturally insensitive on it, apart from a bare-breasted woman with wings for arms.
I point to it. Wait,
I mean,
with wings?
Get your rocks ready.
I know, I point to it and I'm like,
it is more
what is that?
respectful. Look, Xylia, we could just take 2 of these flowers, right, and just.
yeah, but
Hey, flower boobies.
I'm pretty sure I remember Felina telling me about places with signs like this.
You also would realize that this is a port inn where sailors will typically come in after months at sea.
Is there a window? Can I go look and see what's
No.
Yep. Go ahead and make me another perception check.
Deception?
Protect this precious boy.
Perception.
Perception.
Oh, I
Also-
definitely see what's
Remy sees all
I
the
did-
booba.
I did want to make a comment really quick with the new site that I have. I gave up having acid splash when I changed my class, and now I got it again. It'll never leave. When I did that on Senezal's floor, sorry. Anyways, I was laughing really hard because I was like, oh, "This feels familiar. Let me add this back on."
That is a good point.
I don't know what Remy's interest level is in human cleavage.
It doesn't really exist. He just wants to know what's going on.
He's definitely seen a lot more than he ever bargained for in the past 5 seconds of looking through a window.
Mm-hmm.
And it's predominantly human cleavage, as well as some very gritty looking men who look as if they haven't washed the latest layer of salt off their skin yet.
Not a single harpy, huh?
Not a single damn harpy within, you know? It's the damnedest thing. They look very similar to the logo, they're just all missing the wings for arms.
Do they all look like they're having fun?
Oh, it looks like everybody in there is having a grand old time. Nobody's quite engaging in anything exceptionally lewd from where you're looking, but you can tell that the clientele is being worked up to paying the fees to head upstairs to the private rooms.
What you're saying is the options there.
The option most certainly looks like it's there.
There we go.
How long has Remy been looking through this window to us?
I would say with that perception check, Remy's spent a good moment to look through that window to get as much as he's seen.
I'm gonna like sneak up behind and be like,
I turned
everything
around
good?
and I was like, well, I looked everywhere, there's not a single harpy. But it does look like, maybe this isn't the best place to ask. It seems like people are a little busy.
What do you mean?
Well, go look.
Oh, come on, it can't be that bad. I go walk through the front door.
All right. You walk in through the front door.
As he walks in, I turn to the others and I'm like, it's a brothel.
Should we just go run around the corner?
I'm gonna go peek back. I want to see what Xylia does.
Okay. All right.
I'll go sidle up next to Remy.
Unabashedly,
I'll lean over them at the top of the window and look.
unabashedly looking through this window to watch Xylia. Xylia, you walk in and you are pleasantly surprised. I don't know what Xylia's exact.
I'd say Bush just surprised.
Just surprised.
Maybe awkwardly surprised.
At the sheer amount of nudity in what you thought was going to be a public space. And more than one set of eyes turns to look at you kind of critically as you are so not the clientele for this establishment.
They said you look like a virgin.
Not so much that as much as like these are all rugged looking men and Xylia is a
You're
very
a frail little string bean boy.
frail wizard boy.
What kind of feeling am I getting? How are they looking at me?
They're more confused at what the fuck you're doing here.
I'm confused.
And more than one sailor appears to be a little bit hostile, but seem to be placated for now with the activities that they're currently engaged in, that they don't really feel the need to come and to tell you off.
I give them a thumbs
You know.
up when they look at me. I'm like,
That
you doing great?
Yo,
They're not
nothing's
quite sure what to
creepier
make of
than
that
being in
either.
a brothel and having some stranger give you a thumbs up from across the way.
Zelia has no idea how to act right now.
Hey.
That's okay. He's a good distraction from like the 6 eyeballs that are just
Yeah.
After a moment of surprise on your part, you notice that a woman has approached you from the side and hasn't quite said anything yet as you're like sort of trying to process what the fuck you're doing here.
Well, I've
and
actually forgot what we're trying to ask. What are we going to ask?
You're all alone now.
No.
That's up to you.
Okay.
I would say the surprise of the situation has totally blanked your mind on what you meant to come in.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And the woman is thankfully entirely clothed, though showing a lot more skin than you still feel comfortable with. And sort of is looking at you a bit quizzically, as you clearly don't seem to have the intention of being here for what it's clearly meant for. And she's like, "Can I help you, sir? Are you interested in taking a look around in some company, maybe?"
Sorry, are you lost?
Well, we need information about
Those seagulls are literally Xylia right now.
Mine.
the thing in the sky. When you hear we're interested, is it just
Old Fort?
Yeah, do people go up there? Just information. It's a really
What
nice
just
place.
happened?
A lot of really nice sights.
You're in the wrong place for information of really any kind.
Is there a right place? That's not
Here?
this? Yeah.
I would try maybe the Salted Merlady.
Yeah, well, see, we did, but then somebody kind of broke the sign and it was kind of scary, and I think they might, be going through things right now, so,
If a broken sign is scary for you, you're definitely in the wrong establishment.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of signs in this place.
I'm not sure how to take that.
Well, signs are
Look,
eye-catching, right? You have to
This
look at
is
signs.
not exactly the
Yeah.
right place for information.
Yeah.
I would say maybe check at the barracks and speak to somebody there. They might have more info for you.
Okay.
But this isn't a tavern for that sort of activity.
Well, what
Also,
activities
tell your
is it
friends
for?
if they want to continue watching, it's 1 silver an hour.
Oh, you charge for watching what is this place?
You pay for companionship here.
I just want to
Well,
say
I've got
this
friends
is the same
outside.
character who came to Rebby's room back in the past and was like, "Rebby, do you know about sex?"
He's one of those.
Listen,
He's one of those.
Xylia
He's one of
thinks
those
sex
guys
is
that
this-
talk a big game, but they're like,
Yeah, Zalia sees sex as this thing that happens only in this. This is a whole new world. Like Felina's been telling him about this for a while when they met, and he still didn't get it. This is the first I've seen anything like this.
Yeah, Zalia, even with his memory wiped, wouldn't have a huge amount of experience with brothels in his previous life.
Nope.
He would know what they are, though, as she's like, this is a brothel. We don't really advertise it, but that's the sort of services we provide
"You be
here.
brotheling up in here."
Looking around, of what is that? Are they like humans? Are they elves? Are they a mixture
It's
of
almost
different
entirely,
races?
it's almost predominantly human here. You do see 1 or 2 elven women, but all the men here appear to be human.
Have you ever had a elven woman here by the name of Felina?
Can't say that I have. As a client or as a worker?
Well, it could be either, to be honest. She was kind of, up for anything.
Well, I know everybody who's worked here in the past 10 or so years. But people who've been clients, they don't always give names. Though I feel like an elven woman as a client would be pretty distinctive, and I don't really remember that ever happening.
Well, that's fair. Interesting. So you see the barracks. The barracks. Do you have rooms here?
Yes.
Do they have rooms in
I'm
the
not-
barracks?
Not unless you're a soldier.
Well, wait, no.
If you're looking for some place to stay, again, I recommend the Salty Mer Lady. If you're looking for some place to spend a night and not sleep, you could come back here.
I'll discuss it with my companions.
Let me discuss it with my colleague.
Like I said, if they wish to continue watching, it's 1 silver an hour. Also, they should probably not ingratiate themselves in public by watching and doing any sort of activities.
I'm breathing like very heavily on the glass, so it's like doing that fog thing, and then it goes away, and then it fogs up, and then
Like
it
I
goes
said,
away again.
we're open about the activities here, but not to the point of making those outside of the establishment uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if they only want to watch, like I said, 1 silver, but anything apart from only watching from out there is strictly off limits because we don't want people to get the wrong idea.
That's
I'm gonna
very
draw
fair.
a little stick man with a smiley face on it.
Stick man with a boner. You know what? Yeah, I thank you for the information. I'll hand over a gold for the
Very
information.
generous.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
you know, I'll chat with it. Maybe we'll be back later. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But we do need
Xylia
to
over
sleep.
here about to tonight trying to get rid of his V card.
But yeah, thank you for the information. We'll head over to the barracks and have a chat. Thank you very much.
Of course. And do come back if you change your mind about our services.
Sally doesn't say a word, just turns around and walks out.
As
Eyes
soon as he
wide.
walks out, I'm okay. No, nothing more. Watch, I leave the window.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as he walks out, I'm out of the window.
I just
Yep.
point over to the barracks and say, if you want to keep looking, they said it's 1 silver an hour, so I paid a gold. If you want to keep watching, it's up to you.
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you.
Barracks it is.
Oh, the barracks is where we're going?
Yeah.
Xylia looks like he's seen some shit. He's a bear.
He's seen some shit in there, that's for sure.
To the barracks. War is better than this.
Wow.
Beautiful.
This man has some trauma.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Barracks is unsurprisingly not all that far from the brothel.
Before we get there, I'm just going to check with everyone. The information that we wanted was about the big floating thing, right? And how to get
Yeah,
there?
particularly if there's any travel or if there's not travel, why? We got to figure out a way to get up there.
Then yeah, the barracks is the perfect place.
Okay.
Sorry, mine
All
kind of
right.
went blank when the sign came alive on the inside, you know? Didn't expect all the lack of wings.
I told you there was not a single harpy. I looked thoroughly.
Yeah, but you neglected to mention the abundance of boobs.
I believe they are called bobbers.
The
Oh, is that what
abundance
they
of
call them
bobbers.
in
in the mountains?
giant?
In Goliath speak is bubbles.
Ignore that.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, okay, so, under the ocean, like, clothes is not always a thing. It's in the water, so
It was just a
I
shock.
didn't think too much of it.
They said the only places really to stay, by the way, is either the mermaid effigy place or there, but the mermaid effigy place you're probably going to get
Mermaid
more sleep,
effigy
but this place you're
place?
probably not going to get sleep. But
Oh.
it might be
Well,
comfy.
right, because it's
If you do get sleep, it's because you've tired yourself out to the point that the noise is no longer bothering you.
Yeah, but Xylia
Right,
has
it's-
no fucking clue what they meant.
Xylia, listen to me. All right? It's a brothel.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how brothels work?
Yeah, you go in and have sex with people.
Right.
If you want it.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So do you understand why people don't sleep? Because they're having sex.
For like 8 hours?
How do you not know this? You came to me, you started this whole thing with Savage, and now I'm sitting here explaining to you how a brothel.
Listen, I think sex.
I'll tell
I know
you
what
what,
sex is,
Xylia.
and I think it's a great thing, and it's wonderful, and I've definitely had it a lot, so I'm very experienced. And
Inside check.
and I,
I don't even know if that'd be a deception because Xylia wouldn't know.
true.
I guess it's still a lie. It's still a lie because he doesn't know if that's even true.
True.
So, deception versus insight to see if this virginal idiot is lying or not. Oh.
Well,
He
I
couldn't
have no
be
idea.
any less convincing by his rambling.
Okay.
yeah, I know
Well-
everything,
well,
but the
that-
thing is, I just didn't like the whole paying for it and everything else. Like I know from
No,
Felina,
I
and
get it.
it's a lot to like take in when I was asking for rooms and I didn't expect the boobs and stuff, and it was the wings.
Even a
no
man
wings.
of your great experience
Uh-huh.
would be shocked just going in and then not understand. I should have made it more
Yeah.
clear before. It's fine. But since you have it all the time and it's so great, if you wanted to like spend a night here, that's up to you. We'll go camp somewhere else.
Can Zalia
But
tell
know
that
that you're
Remy
not
knows
going
he's
to get a lot of
bullshitting?
sleep.
That Remy knows what?
That he's just bullshitting.
Xylia doesn't even fucking believe himself with that role.
Zalia just puts his hood up and keeps walking.
Oh, alright. Zalia, that one nerd dressed like a ring wraith who you know never had sex in his life, makes his way over to the barracks.
Yep. Pretty much.
Oh.
I'm actually trying to think, like, because I obviously didn't write sex into my fucking backstory, but I'm trying to think, like, if it
What
would
do you
be true or
mean?
not.
It's just,
I
it's
have
just
a
like
veritable.
Listen.
I have a veritable tale. No, I'm joking.
If,
A
if I wrote
4K
sex
word
into my
smudge.
backstory, it'd be a little odd. But, like, I feel like if he remembered from his past, maybe he's had dealings with things like that before, but obviously he just doesn't fucking remember. Not with sex, but with brothel stuff and...
I don't think he, given what we've written of his backstory, which you may or may not even remember. I don't know if you remember your own backstory that you wrote and then subsequently forgot
No, I
for
do.
the sake of your own character. Okay.
Out of character, I remember it fully.
His background would be like he could have sex certainly without there being like any sort of like, I guess, main issues from anybody like caring about it. Like, it's like nobody's paying attention to his virginal status, I guess. But having lots and lots and lots of sex or having a lot to do with brothels, probably the fuck not.
Well, I was thinking...
I'm not gonna lie. When I decided to come to D&D today, I did not think we were going to be discussing the likelihood.
Let's talk
of
about
finding a
sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Well, I was thinking...
It's a good thing I just finished the third season of Sex Education, because that's
There
where
we
my
go.
mind's at.
You're all ready.
without giving too much away, even though there's no like huge plot points to give away that you don't already know because of the whole memory loss thing, I feel like he would have dealt with the whole brothel side of things maybe in
his work, maybe far more than
and I feel like
personal.
maybe he wouldn't have dealt with it personally just because he was so busy with his work. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that it was because he was so busy.
Too busy to
It's
get
Given the amount of
always
work that
busy.
came his way due to problems caused by brothels, I feel like it would be one of those establishments that he'd avoid.
And sex in general
I'm
is just too
I'm
much
a
work.
virgin
Just
by
too-
choice.
Yeah, too much work.
It's just a bunch of red pills inside of
He's
Xylia's
a
pocket.
Xylia confirmed incel.
No, Volcel, he's voluntary celibate. Oh,
True.
God.
Sorry,
Holy
yes. My bad, yes.
Oh, God.
Christ. All right.
God damn.
Lord.
You took
Unprecedented
those
law.
types of oaths.
Oh,
boy.
today we learned.
Oh, this is great.
This is somehow all my D&D campaigns come to this. We've got
It's
Luca
because-
and my other campaign is like has this whole fucking side thing with two of the other characters. It constantly fucking comes up.
World domination is the end game.
Well, hey, maybe
Yeah.
tonight's the night that Xylia turns into just an absolute sex demon. Who knows?
Ugh.
Want to
Guess
go
we'll
to
see.
the brothel?
Somebody go get the holy water.
Let's go to the brothel, Xylee.
I can do that.
Oh god.
Yo, motherfucking bless this mess. That's all I gotta say.
Anyways, let's just move on
Bless this
before I fucking
motherfucking
have an
mess.
Sorry,
aneurysm.
the thought of
It's-
spells is
the
coming into it,
funny
and now I'm
part,
just
though,
thinking,
is like
how could enlarge work?
Oh,
the best part though
no.
is like Remy's oaths are all just about like have fun, do what you want, love life. Like he'd be like, hell yeah, as long as you aren't hurting anybody, go have
Yep.
fun at the brothel.
Ugh, I should
Go
know better by now
barracks.
than to include brothels in my games. I
So
should.
this is your
Hey.
choice.
I could have been playing my bard, and we could have been here for the rest of the campaign.
I live here now.
Sully would have spent forever here. Okay,
Getting to know each and every working girl by name.
Oh,
befriending them all.
Yeah.
Maybe being a patron,
Befriending
maybe
by
just
them.
working there a little bit. You know,
I don't know if befriending them is the right word.
hell yeah. But the
In-
barracks first.
In the words of Shakespeare, you would get to know them.
Seduce a Remy.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
more, please. I've had enough.
Making your way over to the barracks or the fort, I guess. There is like a sort of building in front of it, a smaller one where you can see that like it takes in people who clearly aren't soldiers who have like requests or have any sort of business with the militia of the town. And after you see that there's a bit of a line to actually get in and talk to someone.
Long as
And you could choose to wait in said line. It's maybe about 10 people long at this point, and it's hard to tell if who's together and who's not.
That's fine. For me, at least. I kind of want to keep my
We can
ears
wait.
open to see if I can hear what people are talking about in the line. Xylee is in a nosy mood now. He's feeling
he's
a
feeling
new
risky.
level of confidence.
Go ahead and make me a perception check, then try and like pick up a little bit of spicy dialogue.
Let's go.
That's pretty solid. You hear bits and bobs, mostly about people complaining about their fishing boats being damaged in the recent raids.
Oh.
At listening a little bit harder, when people start mentioning raids, you hear mention of merfolk and fish people specifically. And not specifically, what's the word I'm looking for? Referencing them by race, but using a variety of slurs that are brand new to you.
So would I not even know what they were meaning?
You could insinuate what exactly they're saying.
I don't think we should stay in this place for too long if we can help
Why?
it. Just rude.
Remy hadn't been paying attention. He's looking at the Buno cards, coming up
Just-
with Buno strats.
You would also notice, though, Bran, as you're saying like that to Remy, nobody in line seems to pay Remy any mind. Nobody seems to be giving him any sort of like dirty looks, despite these words.
I'm gonna kind of pull Remy in a little closer and be like, so I overheard them talking about like the Murloc people raiding.
People.
Murloc.
Wait, what did you call them? I thought you called them Murlocs. What did you call them?
Merfolk.
Merfolk.
Merfolk. Not
No,
Murlocs.
Murlocs.
Wait, what are Murlocs from? Is that from World of Warcraft?
Murlocs is-
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, only World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
My
sorry,
favorite
that's
part was
the
running
Mer people.
through Murloc camps and aggroing all of them, and they each, whenever they get aggroed, they each make the noise.
Sorry, the Mer people. Because apparently they've been like destroying the boats and stuff, and they were using some words that I've never heard of, but they didn't sound very nice towards, like, you know.
Is from back in like Coral Keep, are merfolk typically like? Do I know anything about like merfolk from anywhere that like are particularly violent or?
Merfolk, as far as you know, are, at least for Tritons, they're not like the enemy. They're like basically as elves would be to humans. They just lead a very different lifestyle. Whereas Tritons are a little bit more involved with like the surface and with emulating a lot of what the surface does in terms of technology and their own advancements in weaponry and whatnot. Merfolk have always been very tied to being undersea creatures who don't work with metal at all. They don't really work too much with tools, and the tools they do use are very crude and rudimentary. A much more tribal society, you would describe them.
So does the idea of merfolk raiding sound strange or out of place?
Not necessarily. Especially at the mention of like, fishing boats being damaged specifically. If somebody were to overfish a merfolk's general territory, they might
Could be like a food
strike
thing.
Yeah. If they feel like they're, having difficulty competing for food with another rival faction, then they might attack them. And not just even humans, they might attack each other.
Right.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, it could be. I mean, it could just be that there's beef between people here and the merfolk for whatever reason. I mean, maybe it's a food issue or maybe it's a territory issue. Nobody seems to be paying me any mind, so it seems just like it's a merfolk only thing.
How do you feel about that? Do you have any relationship with like merfolk or?
I mean, we run into them back home, but we don't particularly have any sort of like bad blood with them. It's a different culture, it's a different type of peoples, but they do their own thing and we've kind of done our own thing. But that's way back in Coral Keep, which isn't close to here, so
That's fair.
I mean,
as long as you feel comfortable here, I don't know. I just didn't.
Well, I mean,
connect the dots.
It's unfortunate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's like a food thing. I mean, at that point, it may be that the merfolk are just, they need to eat. But I mean, that's not to say a tribe of them just couldn't be particularly violent or something like that. No one seems to be paying me any mind, and I don't see anybody. It's not like we're seeing people beat up merfolk in the streets, so.
True.
What?
I mean,
What do you mean?
we could. I mean, it's something we can ask about, or if. I mean, it may not be the safest bet if they are a violent tribe, but I could always take a dive into the lake and maybe find one to talk to them.
What do you think these people are here at the barracks for? They're here for, like, money?
By the sound of it, from the conversations, it seems like sort of like compensation and like requesting repairs.
It may be that the military here are also like a social service kind of thing, like they take care of the people.
Yeah. I'm just kind of glad that they're not like
if people's livelihoods are being threatened by a faction, right, then it would be on the military to try and take care of that.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it is.
I'm just glad that they're not paying you any kind of different attention, I guess. I don't know, because
yeah, me too, because people have told me and I look at like my colorful armor like full of flowers. People have said that my appearance is loud.
Yeah.
But it has.
Blaring.
Imagine being so visually stunning you can be described as loud.
It's not a bad thing.
I have the utmost pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
with that rainbow, yes.
if no one's gonna cause any trouble because I'm here, like that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
And as much as it's interesting, it may not be wise to stick our nose in, you know,
Unwanted
town by tribe
business.
factions when we've got places.
Yeah, for sure. Although maybe we could get on their side. We'll have it. I feel like we should have a chat with them in the bar. See
Well,
if
I
maybe
mean,
there's a way we
without
could
knowing a
help.
lot of information, I don't know if I'd want to take any side in this. I mean, I don't know why.
We've
True.
got way bigger problems than a couple of fish.
Oof.
Can't disagree with that.
It is very big problems that we have, to be fair.
Regarding fish?
No. Because Senezal of the dragon.
Just the bottom half. We got a dragon!
Have a what?
I'm a what?
She's drunk. She spent too much time at the
Wizard.
Salty Angel, whatever it's called.
Has the
The salty
I
angel.
can't remember the name of it. Yeah.
Hey,
Be,
yo,
I
don't
think
talk.
that'd be just as
don't talk
disturbing
about-
seeing a salted angel.
Don't talk about Shinov like that.
Oh my god.
What was it called again?
yeah, don't talk about
Salted
stepmom.
Merlady.
The
Oh.
merlady.
Oh
Salted
no, I
merlady.
meant the winged one, the fairy place.
the harpy.
He's getting
Yeah,
his
that one.
bars and his brothels. The
Oh
salted
my
harpy.
god.
Yeah. Shit.
I would hope not. You don't want your harpy to be salty.
I mean, after a good night of.
After a good night, she won't be salty, but
Then it'd be a
Anyways, has the line
salted
moved at all?
Becky's face.
Has the line moved at all?
Yes, it's making good progress. It's been maybe about half the line has moved up by this point. And Sarah, by the way, has been with you this entire time and is kind of just like wondering what the fuck's going on. Clearly not saying anything.
Was he
Or
looking
clearly
inside the brothel?
No, he took a step back. It seemed like he had a better idea of what that was before you guys went up to it.
Oh, he's seen some shit.
He's also been through here before.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
Oh,
He's a known face.
Sarah, do you have any idea what like this merfolk and town? Like, do you know what's going on? Has this been a long-running thing?
Well, I don't know about here necessarily, but back home, any of our coastal towns typically had to fend occasionally with merfolk and other coastal civilizations whenever there was any sort of territory dispute. So yeah, I could sort of see the issue. But the merfolk are, from what I understood, generally non-violent unless pushed to it. So maybe hard times all around for people here right now?
Could be. I mean, I didn't see any farmland. Maybe there's just a food shortage. People have taken to fishing because there's not much on land and it's...
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Is this
If
whole
all
place?
they're eating is fish, it's sort of difficult to not overfish, right? I wonder.
I'm trying to
chalky
remember
fish.
the. No, sir.
Yes.
A little bit of sea salt in the
Expand
chocolate.
the empire.
Well, maybe not chocolate, but if you took like... So there's this technique that Darnua taught me and like make candies. And what about this name? Swedish fish. You make like
they're
the syrup
they're
and...
sweet-ish fish.
Yes. So...
Okay.
Wait,
It's
the
like-
sweetest fish?
Yes, queen.
Because she did this thing, right, where she took like a lot of sugar and then gelatin and it made like these cute like little like candy things. And if you made them like a fish, or you could just take the chalky and you could mold it like a fish. But I don't know if I would do like actual chocolate fish.
Yeah, I don't know if the flavors would go all that well.
I don't think so.
I have to give it a think.
Think real hard on it.
Yeah. You can see the gears are whirring very slowly.
Love it so much.
But you guys eventually make your way to the front of the line, which stops just outside the door of the building. At which point, the door is opened for you by a guard in mostly kind of light leather armor, which seems to be the standard across all the soldiers around here. Doesn't seem to be too much metal armor by the looks of it. And where there is metal, it's typically just like a plate. It's not like a full set.
Question: do the guards look happy? Do they look like they're just working and can't be bothered? Do they look like they're happy to be around?
They're not like ornery or anything. Obviously there's some job unfulfillment going on. Like, not everybody is as diligent as everybody else. But it doesn't look like there's a state of like ennui amongst the guards. Like, they do seem to be like they're a little bit more on alert than you'd expect from the majority of soldiers in like peace times. So they're probably active at least.
Yeah.
And as the soldier opens up the door and says next and sees you four and sort of waves you in.
Thank you.
He brings you into this sort of large chamber, sort of like it's someone's office, except there's no chairs for you guys to sit in. There's just a desk and a chair, as well as some scribing tools all over the desk, and ledgers of some kind, of which you're not entirely sure. It seems to be, by like a cursory glance, kind of makes it look almost like it's a mix between like a harbor master's scrolls as well as like almost like an agenda of sorts. So like a schedule for somebody to mark things out on. And sitting at the desk is a creature I don't think any of you would be familiar with before this point. It's a large reptilian-looking humanoid with a big shell. It's for those of you familiar, it's a turtle. Sitting behind the desk, doesn't appear to have any need of armor, as its big shell on its back makes up the majority of anything close to what anything would need for armor. And it doesn't look like it would be very fast at getting up from the chair it is currently sitting in. As you can see, underneath the desk, its feet are hanging just slightly over the ground, as they're just not quite long enough to touch.
It's cute.
Are turtles naturally like more armored? Like the character, if you play a turtle, do you have like?
Yes, I
Sorry,
believe so.
this is just a curious,
That's
They do.
I got a turtle anatomy question.
I like
cool,
how
though.
you mentioned just that his legs are dangling and just all of us are immediately like, would die for the tortoise.
Yeah, will sacrifice my life for this precious boy.
He naturally has like a very wizened visage too. Like, as he's a
For
turtle,
this
they have like a bit more
old
like
boy.
wrinkled up skin, so it's very difficult to tell how old.
None of us have ever seen one before, right?
No, this would be a brand new experience for all of you, including Remy. There are no turtles up towards Coral Key.
Zelia's mouth is just open.
Makes sense.
I'm like,
They'd be real slow.
Yes, you that would be one of the first thing you noticed as you walked in, and the turtle looks up to look at you. You can see that his head is.
Yo, is this like
Remy
the
looks-
sloth? Is this like the sloth from what's the movie?
No, it's not Flash. from Zootopia.
From Zootopia.
Yeah.
Hello.
I feel like if it was, Nori would match the speech too, and it'd be hilarious.
Pleasure to meet you.
And his arms too are like kind of not quite long enough to get like over the entire desk, so you can see the like quill he has is very long and pointed, so he can like write that far away from himself.
We'll die for this boy.
But even sitting down, you can tell that the turtle itself is probably about 6 feet tall if it was standing, but it's purely the bulk of its shell that makes it so that it's like it almost looks kind of stubby.
We live here now.
We're adopting him. We're taking him back to Telona.
And
He will do all of our paperwork.
As it looks at the rest of you, it takes you all in and simply says, well, clearly you are newcomers here because I don't recognize a single one of you.
I don't recognize
It's
you
nice
either.
to meet you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
We're an adventuring party. We are coming past, and none of us have ever been here before. We were sent here for information about the big rock in the sky with the dilapidated fortress.
The old fallen ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any... What's up with that thing?
What's up with that?
It is effectively off limits to all those who wish to stay in the town. As I'm sure you know, fallen ruins are not to be trifled with. Nothing good can happen from spending time within one or delving into one.
Here they're quite dangerous.
Indeed. So officially, the fallen ruin is exactly that, a ruin.
What about unofficially?
Unofficially, there are those who decide to scale the chains in various ways and make their way up there. The majority of them are never heard from again.
Seems like it would be hard to get up there with those spikes. Has there been any...
Some people are more creative than others when it comes to climbing them. Most end up with spikes in various uncomfortable places.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Ultimately, it works out for us if they get impaled because less people try after that.
Well,
Has there... Is it a threat to the town? Has there been anything coming out of it that's...
The ruin itself is not a threat as much as creatures that call it home. They don't harass us much within the town. Occasionally, the odd fishing boat strays a little bit too close to the actual rock, and harpies have been known to nestle within the rocks above and harass fishermen, but not to any extent that can't be dealt with. If a harpy harasses fishermen and is caught in time, then they learn the hard way not to mess with our fishermen. Quite that simple.
But the
It seems
fishermen
like-
seem to like messing with the harpies.
I think what he means to say is we overheard when we were in line that there are a lot of fishermen who've been having boat trouble. I thought maybe it was from something up there, but
No,
it just seems like the fishermen are having trouble.
maybe some of them. None of the people I've dealt with today have mentioned anything about harpy trouble. Our current woes have more to do with the local merfolk off the coast, not in the lake.
What's happening with that?
Oh, just overfishing issues. Our lands around here aren't exactly fertile, so it makes it difficult to grow crops, and therefore we're very reliant upon what we get from the ocean. Fish, shellfish, seaweeds, the like. And unfortunately, we aren't the only ones to use this coast as our main source of nourishment. And the merfolk in the area are less than vocal and more violent about telling us how little they enjoy our presence here.
Have you tried maybe coming to an agreement with them?
There have been times in history that we've managed to do so, but it's generally short-lived. Hasn't happened in my lifetime, and I am one of the few people here who can actually communicate with them, and they don't seem to really want to listen to me. Every time they come under new leadership, whatever old agreements we had fall apart.
Would there not be any way to, I guess, fertilize the land so that you could grow things?
It would require the importation of fertilizing agents that we simply can't afford as a coastal town. We don't export enough to make the money required for it.
Oh,
Well, I
it's
noticed that
expensive.
it doesn't seem there doesn't seem to be a guild here. Is there a reason for that? Typically, mercenaries can help around the town, might help out the guard or help solve disputes, maybe even get some trade going.
Oh, well, we have some trades. The few ships that make it here from the Savage Isles do stop here before making their way to Baskman, or sometimes even pass through here and then make the rest of their way to Baskman via land. It's just that it's not a very profitable place to stop. We don't have a whole lot to offer here. As for the mercenary guilds themselves, we handle most of those issues in-house as it is. It's always been a very solidly governed area via our militia.
I was gonna say, people seem happy. I mean, what would be, I guess, your best outcome from everything? The ideal outcome in your eyes?
You mean in regard to the merfolk issue?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it's morbid to say, but driving them off entirely would probably be the easiest thing for us in terms of longevity. It would mean any lasting peace could actually remain a lasting peace. And they're not the only threats in the area. We do occasionally have to deal with Sockwagon. We do occasionally need to deal with bullywugs. And sometimes even the occasional raiding party of orcs, as it is a coastal town. Orcs are as orcs are. They need slaves, and we are not willing, but a target. As for other threats, we do occasionally have to deal with Encadra bandits as well from the north, but they're far less frequent. And of course, there are the occasional turtle bandits, but very infrequent and normally easily driven off. We're not exactly a driven species.
Yeah. That's fair.
Well, we are here as, you know, a traveling adventurer group. Is there any problems that maybe we could address here, or is there any other place in town that you would recommend we could go for, you know, information about the town or just to get a lay of the land?
Usually we're pretty happy to do work for information and stuff too, if, you know, some information maybe you wouldn't just give to anyone and might want to slip it by.
Twiddles thumbs innocently.
Yeah.
As governor and also commander-in-chief of the militia.
I say that inside my brain.
Asking me if there's work to be done is almost like asking a rival mercenary guild if there's work to be done for your guild. We are effectively the competition. We handle everything in-house, and I see no need to pay a group of adventurers to do the work that I have employees working for me already doing. If you're looking for things that the militia is unwilling to handle, perhaps I suggest taking it up with the innkeep over at the Salted Merlady. That would probably be where anybody would go to put in less than legal jobs or jobs that we're unwilling to take on. I strongly
to hear
recommend.
A governor. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir. I was just gonna say it's surprising to hear you talk about, you know, under the table jobs as the governor.
I was about to say, if you plan on taking on any illicit jobs, I'll have you know that I will arrest you.
Fair enough.
As long as they're conducted within my jurisdiction. If they take you to Baskman, then it's no longer my problem.
So, let me get this straight, too. So, the big floating rock island.
Yes.
You were saying...
Off Likewise with the illicit activities, if me or my soldiers catch you attempting to make the trip up there, and we deem that it's still feasible to actually apprehend you before you do it, then you will be arrested. If you make your way halfway up the chains, you'll probably die anyways, so I won't bother trying to arrest you.
I was just curious if there's things up there that are, you know, dangerous. Why wouldn't you want them clearing out? by your own people or by outsiders?
As I said before, the harpies are infrequent enough that it's not so much an issue, and they can be taught a lesson the time or two that they do come down here. The other things that are dangerous up there tend to stay up there. It's not an issue. That's why we leave fallen ruins to be fallen ruins. The more you tamper with them, the more trouble they end up being.
Okay.
We haven't had any issues with things coming down from there unless people begin to trifle with the things up there.
Interesting. And if we were to need to have passage up to what is the place called?
The Golden Plains?
Yeah. The Golden Plains, would we be able to do that from here?
I would talk to well, I suppose I could look at the ledger and see if there are any captains in need of work, though most boats around here either go to Boskamon or make their way all the way around to Kalkarath from here. That would be a long trip, and typically not one undertaken lightly since it passes right by the Greenskin Peninsula.
Oh.
Which is, in case you don't know, basically just a large pirate haven.
Oh. That doesn't...
As for the Golden Plains themselves, there's a very limited amount of trade going there, but you could possibly ask a captain for passage up there for a decent fee, as there's not a whole lot else enticing them to go up that way. Well, I don't actually care why you'd go up that way, but I can't imagine why you would. There's nothing there. There's small tribes of turtles like myself. There's even smaller tribes of, I was about to call them Khajiit. Tabaxi.
Khajiit has what? If you have coin.
I have coins.
Oh, God.
Where them where's that?
My brain was just like, cat people, Khajiit. And I'm like, no. Tabaxi.
You know. When you live in super loud places, I'm sure you can imagine. Sometimes you just want to get away to places where it might be a bit quieter.
Interesting choice of vacation, but I will say, as a native of the Golden Plains, I hope you enjoy dealing with occasional demon incursions.
Demons?
The entire island is rife with them. Some old, fallen doohickey.
Old fallen things.
Exactly. Somebody messed with something they shouldn't have, and
Didn't
now the
take care
entire
of
island.
it. Interesting. Well, guess we'll go and ask around.
Yes. Well, I can point you in the right direction. There is Captain Goldenbrow, who is currently without work.
Cool name.
Can find him. I suppose Becky. Cute if you're thinking about messing with Rue. Yep, that's entirely fair. Jesus, my brain just stopped there for a moment. And of course, he is the captain of the aptly named Golden Dragon. So, I guess look for that boat and you'll find him. Or maybe he's at the Harpy right now. I don't know. Have to figure that one out for yourself.
That's what I meant earlier when I was
Let's go
talking
to
about
the Harpy.
sailors liking harpies. By the way, not the actual harpies, the place.
Mm-hmm.
It was a joke.
Yes.
Is
I
yours.
suppose the Harpy is named as such more to do with the likeness of the workers within to the Harpies that actually fly around the lake.
None of them have wings. We went in and checked.
It's not quite what I mean.
Oh. I want to
Anyways,
go to these ruins even more.
explore that at your own leisure, but I do have other appointments, so if that's all.
We don't want to take up any more of your time. I think we'll be heading to find this Captain Goldenbrow.
Appreciate it.
Let's
And
go
if you do
to
need
the
any extra, business for food and stuff, we have a tabaxi from the Savage Lands outside that does a lot of beef import and chocolate. So have a chat with him if you need to.
Don't know if we need chocolate, but the beef is interesting. I might bring that up with him. Or
pretty
have
tasty.
some.
Recommend trying the chocolate at least once. With the beef.
At this point, I'm focused on the necessities more than I am of luxury
Look
items.
for the spare.
Let's get you home, Xylee.
More like the total necessities.
Sally has seen a lot
Get
today.
about the worries in your
He's actually looking for the turtle package.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes. Well, he'll have one shell of a time finding it.
I'm leaving.
Excuse me if that was totally out of line.
They is a pun person. I can tell.
This is why it works so well between he and I.
It's getting all hot and flustered.
It's like, this is the most attractive thing my girlfriend could ever do.
Yeah.
Big
Turtle jokes. Let's go.
Good heavens.
Oh my.
Okay. But yes, with that, you can usher yourselves out, grab Sarah, and head back on your way to wherever it is next.
I guess we either try the
Well, so
Golden
now that we
Dragon or
have,
the inn?
so explain to me why this is out of character, because I forget. Why would we want to be heading to the Golden Plains?
That's where the armory is that
Okay.
Senezal that Valkyrie, had pointed out to you guys as he would.
Okay, it's not at the top of this rock.
No, the top of the rock is his college, his old
Top of the rock?
magic college.
So we're not trying to get to the top of the rock. We're trying to get.
That's why I was confused. We're trying to get to the Golden Plains. The top of the rock is like just an interesting little side thing that we discovered.
Okay, that we noted. Okay.
You could always head up there, like
No,
you do
I'm
you.
ready. I'm ready to get arrested.
I had it in my head for some reason that
y'all.
the armory was up there, but it's been some time. Okay. So then we should try and find Captain Goldenbrow.
Yeah.
We can either go back to the Harpy, or we can go to the Salted Merlady. I mean, now that we have a more comprehensive idea with the situation, I don't think it's a not safe place to go.
Well, the Harpy's closer, and he did say that he's probably in the Harpy.
Are you just saying that?
Zali is just looking for an excuse to go back to the Harpy.
No, he did say he's either maybe on his boat or by the Harpy. He said the reason to go to the other place, the Salted Merlady place, was for under the table jobs, which we would just get arrested for anyway.
Correct. I mean, we can also just go to the port.
Only if it's jobs that are actually illegal.
Yeah.
He said there's plenty of jobs that the militia just won't take because it's not worth the time.
The only reason I say that is because if he's not staying at the Harpy, he's going to either be staying at the Salted Merlady, or I guess he could be staying on his vessel. We could also go to the port.
Let's
and
split up
see
and
if
look
we
for
can
clues.
And see if we can find.
Raggy.
Because if he's not going to be there, I imagine a boat named the Golden Dragon big enough to have staff, so they can give us a better idea. Okay, you don't have to give me that face. If you want to spend the night at the Harpy, Xylee, you can go.
What? No, I don't.
Do you want me to?
That didn't sound very convincing.
I just want to see if he's there.
Do you need Keothi to take you to the Harpy?
No.
You need an escort to the Harpy.
I'll just sit there and look at the bobbers. I'm not bothered.
The bobber, I love it.
don't want to go for that. I just want to see.
Also, Keothi would have absolutely no idea what a brothel would be. It's such a foreign concept for Goliath. Like,
Likes the bobbers.
so she just sees the boobas everywhere, and she's like, "This is okay. I'm okay with
It
this."
doesn't matter what's going on with the Bobbas. It's that the Bobbas are there.
They simply exist.
The Bobbas exist.
Simple existence.
It's a very interesting establishment to her.
Well, look, it seems like if we're gonna go to the Golden Plains, it's gonna be a dangerous journey. We've been having a pretty dangerous time. I understand if you want to go, let off some steam, have some fun.
You talking to me or Keothi?
Anybody in this party, we don't judge here.
I want to go find Senezal. What if it's not Senezal or Valkyries? What if it's a demon?
It would be very... Well, do you think
a drink at the Harpies?
We've also already had Valkyries confirm, well, basically confirm the fact that it was him, remember, because he left the phrase that we told him about.
He didn't confirm shit. Those questions were trash.
I mean, if a demon...
No, but he used the Frank phrase.
He had the password.
True,
if there was a demon who had the two-factor authenticator, then that's a thing that
then we were
showed
fucked
us
from the
back
beginning.
Yeah, they deserve to win. They deserve to
That
win.
was the two-factor authentication.
I was having a conversation with Chandi, and she was like, "What do you do for security?" And we were like, "I don't know. You have a shield and you put a lock on your door." And she's like, "We have two-factor authentication." And I was like, "What's that?"
Oh god.
Oh, you guys don't implement 2FA? What's wrong with you?
Catapult.
Every time I have to use a spell, I have to pull up the Google Authenticator, put in the 6.
My orb has a fingerprint scanner on the bottom.
Of course.
All right, so
Mine's all facial.
Come on, I need to get the angle. Just
Oh no, my
well,
hands are
you guys
greasy.
can go. If you guys want to go to the Harpy, really, that's fine. I'll go look for the Golden Dragon. I'm just saying,
I
don't
just
get.
want to see if it's there. I don't want to go to the Harpy.
Well, then go and ask. Do you need me to go and ask? Is that you're
No.
nervous?
No.
I think
Are
you
you
should go and
nervous?
ask. He seems nervous.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go and ask. So I'm gonna head back to the Harpy
With me.
with Keothi.
And me, I follow behind.
I'll tag along.
just like 5 feet behind, like
Yeah.
just. Okay, so you head back over to the Harpy. Do you go right in, or are you looking at the window again?
No, I'm gonna go in. I will knock.
You knock
On the brothel
and
door?
nobody answers.
Okay, I go in and
Okay.
I'm looking to see if the woman that Xylia was talking to is still in that room.
She is, but she appears to be busy with a client now.
Is there like a desk or a person or a receptionist?
There is like the bar, which is sort of this like semicircle sticking out the left side of the establishment itself, or into the establishment rather.
Is somebody?
And you can see that there is a woman currently working there, serving drinks up.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Hooters. I'm gonna scan the room for
Is it
anyone with a
Hooters?
predominantly
effectively
golden
fantasy.
eyebrow. Or eyebrows.
Fantasy Hooters.
Fantasy Hooters in which there
How
are no
come Fantasy
public...
Hooters always appears in your campaigns? It is an
Does it?
interdimensional. No, it was Penn's campaign.
That was Penn's campaign that had Fantasy Hooters.
Why are all the D&D
That was-
campaigns?
that was
I'm in,
Fantasy
why
Elf
does Fantasy
Hooters.
Hooters show up?
They had
DMs are
enchanted
horny.
shirts that made it so that their boobs got sucked up.
It's a good time.
I'm gonna order a drink with Keothi, something light. And
You get something light and fruity and coconutty.
yum, delicious.
Oh, he's so
Very strong.
precious.
But she can't taste it.
Hi, ma'am. I don't know if you happen to know. We're looking for a Captain Goldenbrow. Do you know if he's staying here at this establishment? Someone said that he might be.
We had a few captains in here today. Let me go check with the girls and see if they've heard of that name.
That'd be so great. Thank you. And while she does that, I'm going to turn to Keothi. I'm like, this is so good.
Remy, make me a constitution check. Or save, rather.
You've been poisoned.
You're hammered.
It is a lot stronger than it tastes, and it doesn't taste very strong to begin with, so you're like, whoa, things are getting just a little bit...
I like it here. Do you think they'll let us stay?
I mean, if you pay. But, well, the thing is about brothels, right? And now, like, Remy's, like, kind of a little bit louder. You know, I mean, you have to pay for the services. You can't just stay here, because if you stay here, then, you know, you're taking up
a whole room.
Time and space for somebody else who, you know, wants a night of good times.
The good times.
As you're saying that quite loudly, the woman returns and says, well, you don't need to necessarily pay for the services of what you might be thinking, so long as you pay for the time. You're not required to imbibe in the services.
I was just happy to be here and drink.
Whatever you fancy. If you like the atmosphere, that's just fine as well.
See, Xylia, if you want, you can get... You don't have to pay for the services, you can just pay for the time.
Xylia's
can I have
like
another one of those coconut drinks?
Xylia's like 2 meters away from the entrance, hasn't moved since he walked in. And is still just scanning the place for someone with golden eyebrows.
I slide...
You see a few people with blonde eyebrows, but no gold.
Any of them look captain-y?
Ma'am, can you get him one of those drinks that you just got me, and can you also get me another one?
Yes.
He needs one.
She'll make 2 drinks and give you one. Walk over to Xylia and hand him one.
Wait, this place serves milk?
Sure. As for your Captain Goldenbrow, he is here. However, he is otherwise occupied. I could pass along a message to him once he's finished with his activities here.
That would be great. Can you tell him that there's a group of adventurers, we're looking for work, and we heard that he might have work, and he can take his time, and we'll be waiting for him
I had a question.
in town.
How long does he usually take?
You can't just ask how much
Is
time.
he like a Minuteman? Is he like
he's rented the room for the night, so he might get back to you in the morning.
Guys, there's activities here.
There's activities here.
This milk tastes funny.
Activities? Activities?
Yes, activities.
Activities. Yeah,
that is one of the services that you can get here. I'm just saying, and he sips out of his straw.
I look really, really close, and I'm like, what's an activity?
It's sex. And he says it like totally like too loud.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Well, I mean, like, it could
Xylia
be...
finishes the drink after hearing that.
Oh no.
Xylia, make me a constitution save.
Oh god.
Are we planning on staying here all night till he's done?
I don't think we're gonna have a fucking choice.
It's a long night.
Is that the plan?
You're holding your drink a little bit better than Remy is, but you feel a little bit less like what's the word? Stuck up, I guess. a little bit less
loose.
tense.
You're feeling like
a little bit
less
of the edge sort of washes out of you.
Feeling a little loose.
Can
okay.
I feel left out, so I too would like a
Ma'am,
beverage.
can you get her a drink
A
like
drink
the
as
one you
well?
just got me?
I feel left out, so orgy.
I want one too.
Okay,
Yeah,
so both of you get one as well.
A coconut drink for everybody in this room.
For everybody.
No.
Everybody.
Around
No.
for everybody in the tavern?
Oh,
How
my
much?
God, Remy's
I've
like
got
me
money.
on an actual night out in real
God.
life.
We don't.
Same.
How
For everybody, that would be
much,
3 gold.
How much
Oh,
Remy
easy.
says I've got money?
I give her 5 gold.
All right. And she holds up the gold and calls out to the room. this lovely young man has bought everybody a full round for anybody who wants one, and everybody cheers.
But it's only the coconut drink.
It's only the coconut drinks. Which, at first, like, people are cheering, and then they see what they get, and they're like, "Huh?" And they're like, "All right, whatever. Alcohol's
It's really
alcohol."
good, I promise.
But yes, you all get drinks, and I will need a Constitution save from both Nori and Keothi. Keothi's not even feeling it. Keothi's just enjoying it, the flavor, and so is Nori. Nori's just enjoying it. It's a good old.
After hearing Remy yell out to the crowd, "I've got money," I'm now very worried about our coin purses, so I'm gonna be keeping an eye on those.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to stay here the whole night, but
Another drink and you might.
Well, I mean, I've got friends to talk to already.
Well, they did say you don't need to pay for services, though, just pay for time, right? So maybe you could pay for a night off and just stay in the room?
Right, but like, I could go.
And be really boring and just force one of the women to just talk to you
We're gonna
the
play
whole
Buno
night.
all night with a prostitute.
Yes! We are
so
buying
talking's
someone's
boring, but
Are you
Buno's okay.
ready?
I see how-
Okay, let's get a room. Let's get a room. Let's hire a lady, and she has to play
Let's
Buno with us
Please.
all night. Strip Buno.
Strip Buno.
Strip
Wait.
Buno.
I just like how it's one room and one lady, so it's like so we're paying for you to share a room with us four, but I promise all we're gonna do is play
And
card
we're
games
just
all
gonna
night.
play Strip Buno all night.
Oh God.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
If we do that,
Wait,
can I
but-
heavily flirt with said woman?
Hold on
Strip
as well,
Buno.
because there's a very important question to ask. Where is Sarah?
He is outside the establishment currently, thinking that you guys are just in here for information.
I'm gonna call him
Oh
in.
no.
We can't.
Strip Buno.
Another drink. Another drink. Make it a
He
double.
comes in kind of like, what? Okay.
It's okay, Sarah, it's okay. You don't have to pay for the services. Just have to pay for the time.
Okay.
We'll
They
pay for the
all-
time. It's fine. We're just gonna
We
play
all want to
Buno.
get a room here, but if you don't want to, we can get a room somewhere else. But if you want to spend the night here, no judging.
Nori, you'll notice as he's like sipping his drink, as you're actively like looking for people trying to steal from you guys because of how you've just sort of given away how much money you have. You notice repeatedly
I didn't
as
say how much. I just said I've got money, and I've
yeah, but the fact that you bought the
also paid
entire
5 gold.
tavern fucking drinks just like that sort of gives away that you might have a lot of money on you. But you would notice Nori as some of the girls are passing by Sarah. Some of them are just like grabbing at his tail, just to annoy him.
Yo, I cannot blame them for that.
And you can see like every time somebody does it, he like quickly like looks over his shoulder, like what the fuck was that?
I imagine that when you touch a snail's antenna and it goes in,
Yeah, except
tail just curls under.
kind of more like goes between his legs more so than like going back into
No,
himself.
well, that's why I said curls under, like under
Yeah.
the legs. Booty tail.
Oh. But yeah, so do you pass that idea over to the barmaid about staying the night and playing Buno all night?
Yo, why not?
Is that the
Does
actual
it sound
plan?
like everyone does it sound like that's what everyone wants to do?
I mean, we can.
Hey, we could be dead in a couple days. Why not?
True.
Another drink. I don't want to hear that right now.
All right, I'll need another Constitution save from Xylio.
Oh God, why do you have to say we could die?
I want to take another one too, just because I'm having the best time of my
Xylio,
my
your
Goliath
teeth are starting to float a little bit. Keothi, go ahead and make me one.
Jesus.
Keothi's still not feeling it, but she's definitely enjoying it.
Are you feeling
My
it now, Mr.
Constitution save has
Krabs?
6 next to it, so I'm pretty sure I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you continue to do fine. Sarah, after one drink, is looking a little fucked.
How much does a lady cost?
Well, if you would like to
Graceful.
rent someone for their services for the entirety of the night,
Yep.
especially if it's a group of 5, I would say the cost is 2 silvers for the night.
Is that
Oh,
it?
okay.
Do
you got any-
Quite
do you
a
got
bit on a
any-
sailor's salary.
You got any mans? Is it just ladies?
Not currently. I'm sorry. We did used to, but they just weren't in high enough demand around here.
I'm sure some of the sailors wouldn't mind if you paid them instead of them paying you.
Probably not. So do we want 1 friend or 2 friends?
Let's get a friend each. I'm kidding.
I like how we're all drunk some of us are drunk at a bar. We're just like, we're gonna buy 2 friends a night of card game.
She looks a bit confused as to you referring to them as friends, as she's still not entirely clear what you have planned.
Let's ask them if they want to come with us to the Golden Plane.
How many are there? Should we just take all of them and teach them?
What?
That's
Oh,
gonna be a
God.
lot of people in one room. We need to be able to play Buno.
We also do have clientele who
Hold on.
are looking for company as well.
Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Buno tournament.
Naked.
And we buy all of the prostitutes in the brothel and we have them seated into a Buno.
Wait, I actually love this idea. This is great. I second this. I second this.
Fate of the world.
The first annual Harpies
Brothel Buno tournament.
Brothel is Buno
They're
tournament.
naked.
And
Okay,
Xylia
that's
will-
all here if he wants.
Xylia will pay the if the sailors want to watch, he will pay their salaries for the day. Depending on how much that actually is. I want this to happen now.
We can't just we can't afford to buy out the Harpy for a Buno tournament.
Well, they only cost the people friends
2
only cost
silver
2
per
silver a
person
person.
for a whole night.
Yeah.
Actually, less if it's not like a group thing. The reason why the cost went up is because she thought it was a orgy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how let's propose this idea and see how much it'll cost. Just to see. We don't have to do it, but let's.
So let me
But I
get this
only
straight. You
have
want to?
one deck of cards.
Do you have
Any
any
deck of cards is a Buno deck if you're
I'm
brave
sure we
enough.
can scrounge some up.
Yes. Okay.
So let me get this straight. You want to rent every single girl in the establishment, but not for our usual services, but to play a card game.
Yep.
Naked.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
they don't have to be. That's that whatever they
Only if
Whatever they want.
want. Only if they want to be naked.
Consensual naked
Disrobing.
Buno.
Yep.
But we're paying for them to be naked. I'm so confused.
Well, how about this? If they don't want to be naked, then we just don't get them.
Then I guess they just shouldn't lose. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
I can't imagine too many of the girls here have any issue with being naked playing a card game. They do
Well-
much less.
Yep. Much more for much less.
Yes.
But still, only if they're comfortable.
And how much is a daily sailor's wage?
Not much. Daily, maybe 8 coppers, depending on what they're doing.
How
We're
many-
doing
how
it.
many
This is the
sailors is there
best.
in here?
Senezal's Archivists, motherfuckers.
10, 20, 30.
Excluding you guys, or yeah, I would say there's maybe about 20 sailors in here currently.
I would
You
just
got
like to
it.
point out.
I will give them double.
What are you pointing out?
This
I didn't hear you.
2022 edition. This is our
Let's
new
do
year
it.
party.
I'm ready. All right, Dea, tally it up.
Announce it.
What's the math?
Ring the
So
bell.
if you're paying every
What is it gonna
sailor's
take?
if you're paying every sailor's salary,
Yes.
all right.
I will pay it
If
double.
let's say on average, because like 8 coppers is for like the lowest of the low.
Okay.
Say on average they make 1.5 silver. Okay.
Yep.
Times 20. So that's 30 silver, 3 gold.
Okay.
I'll pay 6 gold.
Okay, you pay 6 gold.
I'm paying them 2 days' salary to watch a naked Buno tournament.
If they even want to watch. So at this point, it's really about giving up their rights to any clientele in the establishment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like we're not gonna be like, I don't want to steal girls from peeps that already be having the girls. I'm looking for the girls that aren't already busy.
Or if
How
they're
about-
consensual doing it.
If you ask them if they'll take this money in return for not getting companionship for the night, more than likely every single one of them will say yes.
Yep.
Because then they can come back tomorrow with that money.
Yep.
And order even more salacious acts.
There we go.
What's
Yeah.
the-
Hey, we're just stimulating the economy.
But then all of the girls are gonna quit and become Buno champions.
Oh no!
For every girl in the establishment, that's an additional 35 silver
Easy.
for the Buno tournament. So that's
What
another 3.5 gold.
what are we putting up for the
Yeah,
prize
Just
pool?
10 gold total. 10 gold total.
I've already took the
That,
6
that
off of
covers
mine.
that covers drinks for the entire night for you and all the
Hell
prostitutes.
yeah.
We've
What,
done it.
what are we putting up for prize money? We gotta make it. It's the first ever Buno tournament. It's gotta be something
Yeah, it's
good,
gotta
right?
be flashy.
Me.
Should we say?
No.
My brain took a little bit too long to fucking process that one.
Should we say like a few gold each? I'm happy putting in like a few
Let's do
gold.
a 10 gold pot.
Okay.
I'm down for that. So 2.5 gold each.
Done.
Works for me. And you covered the other part, right? The paying of everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I need to go buy more decks of cards?
I will send somebody over to the Salty Merlady and see if they've got any spares. I think we have some here as well for the odd night in which the girls aren't very occupied, just to pass the time.
All right, we're gonna have to speed adjust these decks into Buno decks.
Isn't the Buno deck like it's basically the same thing, but just like you've put random marks throughout the fucking deck for no reason at all?
It's just a deck of cards that's been drawn on.
Wait, fuck.
Okay.
We're gonna have to actually come up with rules though.
That's the thing about Buno.
There are no rules.
Fair. It's gonna get interesting.
And every time you explain the rules, it's different.
True.
That's gonna be the cutthroat of it. Once you sit with your opponent, you make up the rules right there, and then you play Buno.
So all in all,
No, Remy, you and I just go to each area when they start the next round of the tournament, and then we just tell them random rules, and that's how they have to play that time.
oh, brutal.
I want to be in the tournament though. I want to
Oh.
play, but not naked.
I was gonna say.
Then you have to win, Remy. That's the rule.
Oh, is it strip Buno or is it just Buno but naked?
I don't know.
Oh,
Buno but
I'm
naked.
sure just naked.
Okay.
Can
So
I,
the official rules of the tournament is you must participate naked. Is that what I'm understanding?
But then I can't play, and I have a goal.
Do you wanna do straight Buno?
Of course you can play. I'm sure you're very beautiful and blue naked.
No, when he gets naked, he actually changes colors. It's the craziest thing.
Is he a fucking chameleon?
I'm opalescent.
I'm opalescent, bitches.
Okay, fine. We can do strip. We can do strip Buno. It's just I have a goal. I have to do something. Nori, you're playing, right?
Why not?
I mean, as you're like explaining the rules, the woman's like going over this with you, but she hears that you have a goal and that you need to do something. She's like, that might incur an extra charge depending on what you're asking for.
No. I promised a friend I would beat Nori in Buno.
Okay, I thought that was going in a very different direction.
Nope.
I
I'm
promised
super
a friend
innocent.
I would defeat at least 20 women at a brothel in Buno.
I
you
was
should be
gonna
so proud
say
right now.
that we don't allow physical anything that would leave a mark.
Aw, damn it! I can't even keep a straight face anymore.
No, it's just cards. Remy's
Well, you said beat, and so sorry.
Sorry.
I have a mentality of
I would like
working
to
here many
win
years.
Defeat.
against Nori in a game of Buno. Because I promised a friend I would.
Not gonna happen.
I'm gonna have another coconut drink, so I'm just.
I'll see you at the finals.
All right, Keothi's still not
no one
still
ever
just
asked
cruising.
for.
After a little bit of organizing and fetching the cards from the inn across the town,
All the girls in the Harpy are so confused right now.
you guys now have 11 decks of cards.
The sailors are gonna be more confused.
and 35 pretty much entirely naked prostitutes all ready to play some Buno. Looking a little bit confused. Some of them are like, you could hear them like chatting amongst themselves saying like, so like, are we supposed to do something while we're doing this? And like, are we playing with each other while we're playing with each other?
All right, let's keep this
No, it's a
lower
tournament.
this rating.
And you just hear one of them say, "This is the weirdest fucking fetish I think I've ever heard of."
Okay, so wait, how are they start? Is it like 1 versus 1 and then 1 versus 1 and then 1 versus 1 like
I
a
think
bracket?
We should maybe go.
what, like a
we should do some
4-person
bigger
game?
groups. Yeah, let's do some bigger
Okay.
groups.
If it's a 4-person game, I'm gonna use my dancing lights since I can do it in 4 points within rage and set them above the seats to act like spotlights down on the person.
And while this is happening, I'm finding the biggest piece of anything I can write on to make rule 1 of Buno: no kink shaming.
And rule 2 of Buno: you don't talk about the rules of Buno.
Oh my god.
Oh, this
All
is
right,
great.
Dave,
Fucking
come up with how to play this game in your world, and let's have tournament.
Now might be a good time for a break.
Now is a very good time for a break.
I think that Dea is broken.
Oh. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Did anybody expect this to go down this route?
No, but I
And
wasn't.
are we all incredibly
All
happy that
it's-
Nori
look-
even had the thought?
All I'm gonna say is my one job as an Oath of the Ancients Paladin is to
Have fun.
have fun. So I think I've done a really great job, and I think that God Mom is gonna be proud of me.
Well, Keothi wasn't really ready to fight for her to discover that she actually likes boobs, but she's here now. So.
Wait until we tell the governor about this.
See, my map drawing software was broken, so the only battle map I have prepared today is kind of simple, and I was like, man, this is gonna be a bummer that it's pretty simple.
We got
But I probably won't even get to it today, so
We
it's no longer
got
even an
you.
issue.
Uno.
It's fine.
You can just really quickly Google search like a poker table background.
I'm very interested to see how this is actually going to work now.
I know. It's probably just gonna be a game of high rollers.
I'm more interested to find out how this is going to go down on the YouTube.
Could do blackjack.
Kind of
21.
Uno.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break real quick because we are.
Yes.
We only really have like about an hour left of the game, anyways. But I need some water. So, yes, be back in 10 minutes.
Sweet.
Woo.
Get this show on the road.
No problem.
See you soon.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
We are back.
Hey.
I don't know if Cora's back.
Oh.
There she is. I see the red on your mic, and I know that
Yeah,
means
sorry.
you. All right. So we left off before the break. Naked Buno tournament was taking shape, and I need to figure out exactly how I'm going to have the rules work. But given Buno is a game without rules, that gives me a whole lot of intellectual freedom.
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
In other words, I can, as the DM, being the agent of chaos, make up the rules every single game differently.
Yeah, if we're gonna spend this next hour playing Buno, let's have it.
Look, when I played with Savage, it was just who rolled higher. It could be
Yep.
anything. It could be anything you want.
Yep. So, Jesus Christ. If you guys all enter, that puts the entrance at 39, I want to say.
I just want to watch.
You just want to watch. Keothi's feeling filthy. All right. Remember that the rules, Xylia, require you to be naked for the tournament.
Well,
Wait,
No,
I
we
thought
changed it
no.
to strip. We changed
Oh,
it
did
to
we change?
strip.
It wasn't
No.
just strip.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought Keothi had ruled it as naked Buno.
No.
I got overruled, man. Like,
You're a big barbarian woman. You overrule
Remy?
anybody who says otherwise.
Yo,
democracy.
Remy looked at Keothi with his big fish boy eyes and was like, I don't want to be naked. And she was like,
You might still
it's
get
strip,
naked.
Buno, it's absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
You still might end up getting naked. That is the law of the
Nope.
jungle.
Nope. Darnu is not going to let it happen.
We'll see about that.
All right. In that case, if it's just you three, assuming Nori is actually joining.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That brings the total up to 38. Not quite even teams, so it'll have to be one. Let me think.
Can you imagine
How
if
many
we
times
win
does
our own
4 go into
tournament?
38? My brand.
But is it double elimination? Is it round robin? Like, what's this?
Winner takes all in groups of 4. There can only be one.
There
Okay.
can only be one.
In this case, there will be 9 groups of 4 and 1 group of 2 for the start.
Okay.
So, at the beginning of each of your rounds, it is deemed fair by all that given you 3 are the most knowledgeable of Buno, that you must not be in the same game.
Well, wouldn't it be that we
Reasonable.
would
We
be in the
say
same
as-
game? So that only one of us goes on.
Could do that, but it's less fun for the overall gameplay.
Okay, fair.
There we go.
So for Xylia's game to start off with, you have it's whoever. If you lose 4 times in the game, you are out. You are then completely naked and have nothing left to barter.
No, okay.
So to start, you versus your 3 opponents.
Mm-hmm.
The rules for the game are quite simple. Roll lowest on a d20.
Roll lowest?
Yes, roll lowest.
Okay.
So, how do I do this again? It's is it /me? I think so.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yes.
No, it's wrong.
Round 1.
Round
All
one.
right. Round 1.
Round 1, fight.
All right, so your opponents roll 4, 8, and 16.
Ooh,
Don't roll higher. Let's go! I win. The first one, at least.
Yep. So the other 3 must each strip off a piece of clothing.
A piece of clothing. One, that is, ma'am, that's Xylia. Ma'am, that is 1 piece of clothing, please.
The thought.
Round 1, remove your pit of clothing.
All right. Round 2, Xylia.
Round 2.
Oh, I corrected it. It is round. 17, 4, and 4. Ooh, baby.
Okay, this is just a loss.
You can do it.
Oh, there it is. So
Remove
you
your piece of
and
clothing.
the 17 need to take off a piece of clothing.
I'll take off my robe. I'll leave on my underrobe stuff.
Yeah.
Your underrobes?
Yeah. I have 4 sets of robes.
Oh my god.
You're obliged to take off as much clothing as it would require to lose 4 times and then be naked. So if you have more clothing than that, then you have to take off 2
So
things.
take off all 4 of your robes.
Okay.
To make it fair. Otherwise you'd have people in here dressed in like 5 fucking sweaters.
True.
I take off 1 sock.
Round 3. 18, 19, 18. This is
You got
this is a fucking given.
Let's
You
go.
got this.
I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
say, watch you get a fucking nat 20. I was gonna laugh so fucking hard.
No.
So the first player at this point is barely wearing anything.
Mhm.
It is starting to look a little bit like Hooters again in here.
A lot like Christmas.
At this point, too, it's worth noting that the sailors who didn't immediately lose interest at the fact that these are just a bunch of prostitutes and you playing card games are now actually starting to get into the card games as they're
Yes.
cheering and hooting as people are taking
Yo,
off clothes.
Buno is going to spread across the land because these are motherfucking sailors.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, still has to take off some clothes. Player 1 is now almost entirely declothed, wearing nothing but some very skimpy undergarments.
Oh god.
Player 3 is in the same boat that she was in just before. Not round 4, that's round 5.
Round 4.
Oh come on.
round 4. 8, 5, and 14.
Let's go.
Yay.
Oh shit.
Player 1 is now out of the game as she is completely naked and without clothes. Very unfortunate for her.
Hey, I've seen this fighting game before. No.
Player 2, I think, is down 2, and player 3 is down 3.
Am I down 2? I'm down 2, right?
You're down
Yep.
2, yes. Round 6. Ooh, this might be a given as well.
Come on. Let's go.
Yay.
All right. Player
I'm
3 is
gonna
down
fucking
3.
lose. I can already feel it. I'm gonna lose.
Or player 3 is
Jesus
player 3 is
Christ.
out. Sorry, player 3 is out. Player 2 is down 3.
Okay.
You might win this round.
Oh, it's a 1-on-1. Come on, roll high. Roll high. Oh,
Pretty low.
come on. I've been rolling so low though. It's fine. Fuck.
Ooh, you're down 3 now as well, and nothing but your
I'm in my
shorty
own
shorts.
Hi. Tiebreaker.
Oh,
And nothing but those weird booty
Also-
shorts that you wear for some reason. No.
Also, for the
Yeah.
rest of the night, if you lose, no clothes. Just so you're aware.
Wait, who said that?
They're agreeing upon it.
Who said that?
Keothi also.
We're the ones who made this tournament.
In case you haven't noticed, Buno's rules are declared by those playing it.
No,
And it's
but,
becoming common
those
consensus.
are overall tournament rules.
Hmm,
Different.
okay.
I see. Round 8.
Oh god. No.
Oh, Red, my goodness.
I don't want to be naked.
Right.
No.
Dave.
Oh, poor Xylia.
Xylia's like, JK, it was a joke all along. Give me back my money.
just use your illumination whatever magic. Just make it look amazing.
Well, I could just use disguise self, but Xylia is a man. He shows that he's a man by
Not hiding.
showing
Not
his
being.
penis
Showing his genitals.
to everybody
Show me your
around.
genitals.
Is there anything more masculine than showing your dick off? Really? Is that really not the mark of just toxic masculinity?
I kind of want to roll to see how big it looks.
Exactly what I mean. Literally, verbatim what I'm getting at.
Bye, everybody.
Jeffy is now in complete regret. Tournament.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh god, this is great. This is everything I imagined it being.
So Xylia is now off to the side with 2 other contestants, watching the rest of the game, feeling a little breezy. All
Easy,
right,
breezy, beautiful cover girl.
I'd say
Taking
that.
another drink.
that'll bring us to Remy.
Oh, boy.
Get it, Remy.
And the rules for Remy's game is going to be an intelligence save.
Oh no!
Yes. This is genius.
All right.
Nori, I'm so proud of you.
Oh yeah,
This is the
yeah.
worst.
Hey, yo,
Round 1, Remy.
you can take the chaos out of the tiefling, but you can't take.
Hey, who rolls the person with the highest does not need to lose close.
Okay.
And this is a save. And given they're all NPCs, they just
Alright,
roll
I'm
straight
praying.
d20.
Well, you're kind of fucked now. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a
Rated
minute, you said the
Charlie.
highest, right?
Oh, I didn't get lowest.
It's highest.
You need to have the highest to be safe.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Oh,
loses.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So Remy's down 1, as is player 2 and player 3. That brings us to round 2.
Número uno. Dos.
Oof, that's not great. Remy is quickly losing everything.
All of my gills are being exposed.
All of my gills. Why do you have multiple sets of gills?
To breathe. For those really hot days, I guess. Oh, Remy actually has a chance of winning this one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yes.
Let's go.
There you go. That means player 1 is down 2, player 2 is down 3, and player 3 is down 2, and you're down 2.
Help me out, Savage.
Savage? You know Savage is up there rooting for the others, not you, right?
I'm gonna.
Help me out, right?
Can I stand next to Remy? Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hand on Remy and cast guidance.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
guidance doesn't work on an intelligence save, though, unfortunately.
It doesn't?
No.
Aw.
The support is.
I tried.
All right, Remy's down 3. Player 1 is down 3. Player 3 is down 3.
You guys
Everybody's
can
down
see
3.
You guys could see Remy's gnarly scar. That's
The
like,
next victory takes all.
Wait, everybody's down 3?
Yep.
Oh my god.
shit.
This is neck and neck.
Does Remy have
Yeah.
like rainbow undies? Are they like florally and very colorful with a bunch of flowers and other colors too? Is it all the way down? If you strip this onion all the way down, does the color?
There's a little sunflower right on the crotch.
How are the rest of us feeling about
And
seeing
a,
Remy almost naked?
And
Yeah,
a
you
little.
guys are seeing like he's got like colorful underwear, and then he's got like the gills, like, and then he's got like the big scar that runs like from his arm all the way down like his chest.
And the really hilarious part of it is like you're fucking ripped. And so that's like the most hilarious part is you
given your tiny stature, you were very unassuming to everybody in the bar originally, but now that your clothes have come off, you're more ripped than most of the sailors here, and they're like, oh damn.
What is happening here?
What?
This is not what I expected tonight.
Also, on the topic of undies having flowers on them, I was going to say also there's a little brown-eyed Susan between his butt cheeks.
What? No! Come on, dude!
Never. You don't get to say that. He's lying.
Yothi wants to play
That's
now.
not canon.
Definitely not canon.
No.
My undies are so cool.
I needed to have my pun.
Oh, come on.
Wait, is there anything I can do? Do I know anything?
I don't
I'm
think
saying
so.
a quick prayer.
If you do, I'm counterspelling it.
Dardua, help me out. Do it for your
Rude.
boy.
I don't know if I do. Oh no.
Player 2's victorious and Remy's out.
Now,
Off to go stand with Xylia.
the flower that was on his underwear is now replaced by an actual real flower.
Jesus Christ. Some little like Adam and Eve sort of motif going on.
God, this is fucking
The
great.
flower crown stays. It's
I love it.
I'm
Here
covering-
for
I
it.
think that's allowed. It's not covering anything.
I'm
Yes,
covering my
queen.
bits with the clay frank.
I give him
Oh,
another.
no.
I give him a flower.
Covering my
Thanks.
bits.
Yothi wants to play now.
Just do a 3v3
alright.
for the last one instead of 2v2. Or
That
1v1.
brings us to Nori. What am I going to rule for Nori? What to do?
Arm wrestle.
Straight check.
You know what? Yes, straight checks.
Oh no.
Nori has to arm wrestle everybody. Part of the game is you can arm wrestle somebody for a better card.
Okay, and it's strength checks.
Athletics checks.
Okay.
Which, given the nature of their occupation, I would say they're proficient in.
Rude. Ooh, come here, Onyx. Give me good luck as I arm wrestle prostitutes.
Wait, Black Cat's a bad luck.
Rod, what?
Wait, is
You do
is it rolling higher or lower?
Higher is better.
Probably higher, right? If you want to
Okay.
have higher strength. Give me a second. Let me look.
I
at
guess
it.
actually you can't really do a 4-way arm wrestle, so I'll roll 1 instead of 4, and then you'll have to face the winner of the other team.
like 2 hands. Wait, so what's happening?
Arm wrestle. They rolled an 8.
Okay, give me a second.
Oh, it's one at a
I'm
time.
looking at some things. Really
It's
quick.
2v2, and then the winner takes on the last one
Mhm.
I mean, I'm
with whatever
gonna
they have
guide
left.
myself. I'm gonna guide myself.
Yep, you can do that.
Boop. And it's athletics.
Yep.
Oh!
Fucking slams the prostitute across the table.
Inspired by her naked buff companion.
Yes, I see Remy's swollenness, and like he's just this. He's just.
Well,
like,
these are all happening simultaneously. Like,
Oh, okay. I see Remy's progressive swollenness.
True. That's not round 1. That's round 2. But either way. Oh, I'm
Again?
nothing if not consistent. Slams her again.
Ooh.
Oh, no, not this time.
That's a loss, so you lose 1. And round 4.
Wait, so I'm arm wrestling all of them, and that's it, and they're not arm wrestling each other?
They are. I'm gonna do their rolls after the other 2. You're arm wrestling 1 in particular. Another one's arm wrestling another, and then
Okay.
the 2 winners of either arm wrestle are going to arm wrestle one another.
Okay.
Listen, it's Buno. Just go
It's
with it.
Buno.
That's the rules.
I lost again. Yeah.
Oh,
Them's the
God.
Right.
bricks. 2
You're
down
right.
on either side.
How dare I put logic to this? What am I thinking?
Oh, God. Oh,
Why are you-
no.
Fuck!
Why are you questioning me on the rules of Buno? Like,
She lost Steve.
Ugh.
oh,
Oh, you could do it.
Hey!
Wait, how many rounds of this is there?
3
No,
for
I don't
3.
know.
This has to be the last one for
I just
between
keep
her and
running.
and this particular contestant.
It's gonna be like 1,000,000.
Fucking eliminates them by slamming them and nearly flipping them off the table.
Yeet.
Ugh.
Power of Shinova is strong.
I like how they were like, the rules are you can't do anything physical, but one of the round rules is like, we have to arm wrestle.
It's more, it can't leave a mark specifically.
Be careful when you're throwing people off the table.
Be
Yes,
careful
sir.
when I throw these hands.
I will say, as the night is going on, everybody's getting more and more into it. Initially, like, the general attitude towards this is just fucking stupid, but I'm getting paid, so whatever. But as it's gone on and like more and more games are just like being played out and seeing the absolute stupidity of this entire situation, everybody's getting really like hard into this, especially because the alcohol is free flowing. Like,
Yo, Dea,
people
I
are
really
getting
look
fucking
forward-
shit faced.
I really look forward to you writing Buno in as canon to the world of Kier. Like,
Well,
I'm excited.
the game that I wrote of in Abyssus is gonna have Buno in it. Buno's going to be a thing.
I just
Hell yeah.
would like to say at this point, Kieran's having another drink, so we'll just pop this on there.
You guys can drink as much as you
Yeah.
want.
Remy has no more shame. He is drunken all of it away, and he's playing the kazoo very badly in the corner.
Yes.
Sally is just clapping Remy along while also drinking way too much.
Yep. Just enjoying the show overall. Just
Do
a
I
real
have to
good
fight
time.
another? Do I have to arm wrestle another one? Right?
Yeah.
Yes, and they
We put all of
We'll
our clothes
have-
back on? Question mark.
no. Every loss you've taken so far remains.
Oh, God.
And they
So you can only use one
have
more
3
time.
pieces of clothing left.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's the dice. I rolled for it.
It's okay, you just gotta roll
What the-
higher.
Wait, is that even? Is it? Yeah, I guess it is possible.
Just gotta
If
roll higher 3
if they
times in
only
a row.
lost 1 round, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Round 2.
Nice.
You can do it.
That's round 2, but
You can do it.
down 3. Winner takes all.
Don't do it to me, Dea.
You can
Do
do it. Wait, you actually can do it. No!
Big
Shit.
bummer.
We're all
Damn.
naked.
We're all bad at it.
Yeah, we're the ones that started this, and we all got beat.
Hey, this is a great bonding session, though.
It's
Oh
true.
my
Guys,
God.
I'm
It's
having the time of
something.
my life. Like, I'm
It's
completely
something.
clothed and surrounded by naked people. Like, this is
Yep.
Well,
Cute.
Oh hey,
Kyoto could
Remy's
join in
got
the last
his
one,
gnarly
right?
scar, and Nori has the massive scar through her midsection where she was harpooned, and then the fucking giant slash down her body where she was almost cleaved in half by a giant.
Hell yeah,
Goliath,
we
man.
match.
Oh, God.
So it's hilarious because it's like Remy's this like little swole nonsense monster with these scars now, and then Nori, who just looks like this fucking nerd with her giant like curly wavy hair and like massive glasses, and then randomly a scythe that she had on her back, and then it's just the same.
I'm
thing. It's
assuming
like,
she doesn't still have the
"Ugh."
scythe on her.
Oh no, of course not. It's somewhere.
That would be very awkward.
If we're comparing
Yeah.
scars, though, one might notice Remy's one looks to be quite old. Like it's been there a lot longer than recent, unfortunate battle happenstance.
You would
And
also
then
notice on
I'm not
Xyla's back
jacked, but I've got like a little. I got a little muscle. I got a plus
yeah,
one to my
you got a
modifier.
little something something.
She's
Forgot
telling-
about
But
this.
you would notice across Xylia's back is whip scars, like crisscrossing and making a lattice all across his back. Which
wow, that just
he,
killed the home.
which he might not actually know all that much about.
Nope.
Bro, why are you ruining this for me?
Well, and also you probably haven't seen them, right? Because are mirrors really that
He
often?
certainly
like,
feels
common,
them from
right?
time to time, though. So he knows they're there. He just doesn't know what the fuck they are.
Remy notices but doesn't think.
He's still having a good time. It's whatever.
I wouldn't understand if you were speaking
everybody's-
anyway.
Look, everybody's got their scars. Doot doot.
Doot doot.
Keothi, if you're like changing your mind at the final table, you can deal yourself in.
It's Buno. Anything can happen.
Do it.
Okay.
All right. This will be a contest of deception. As you have to bullshit that you don't have the card in your hand that they think you have in your hand.
Ooh, it's a poker face.
Poker
Poker face.
I've had approximately
No.
You've had approximately what?
6 coconut water things.
Good luck with that poker face. Round 1.
Is it higher or lower? I'm assuming
I'm
higher.
just
Higher.
naked.
It's an ability check,
I'm nakedly gonna go stand by Keothi and put my hand on her shoulder and give her guidance. Yeah, why not?
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Oh.
He cheated. Bummer.
Unfortunately,
Rough.
that one prostitute's just got the gift of gab.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Hey.
3 points.
There are quite a few appraising looks of Keothi's very muscular build once the shirt is off. Round dose looks
Jesus.
like a dead loss immediately. So everybody's down 2 apart from 1 and 3.
Ooh. Oh, it was close.
Again, super close. Keothi's down 3. Keothi's down 3, and
She has another one of the coconut
2 is
water.
also down 3. Sorry?
I have another
You can
coconut
add
water.
no. Why aren't you adding? You got to add your D4s.
Oh yeah, you have guidance
Yeah.
on every roll. The first
so the
one,
last-
I think the first one
yeah.
and second one don't matter, but the
They
third
don't,
one
but
you
this
need to
one
have.
might.
There's guidance on here.
Just roll a
You can just
extra.
if
Just roll
you
a
like
D4.
R1D4. Yeah.
You might also have it on your sheet, but I don't know if I put it in or not.
Yeah, do a
No.
slash.
/R space 1d4.
It did help.
There you go. That's 1 victory.
Woo!
Meaning, now I've lost count. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3 across the board. So player 2 is down 3, the other 2 are down 2, and you're down 2. Round 4.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Plus a d4?
Shit.
It's possible. 50-50.
It is very possible. No.
Oh.
So
Keothi's down 3, and everybody else is also down 3. Again, elimination round. Here we go.
It's an elimination round. Great.
Oh no.
Dang.
Well, I mean, they are prostitutes. This is like their thing, right? Is to act like.
Bummer.
Their poker faces are real fucking good.
There's no point in me even
True.
rolling the other.
No.
And so Keothi is also lost out.
Your best.
We're the real winners here.
She's about to go and get another one of those coconut things. So give me a sec.
There's one already put into your hand as you lose.
There's
They
gonna be a
know-
coconut shortage.
With that roll, after that many drinks, Keothi, that is a failure, and you are now really fucking feeling it. It's like all those drinks that weren't affecting you before have now started to hit you at once.
It's like when you're drinking a lot and
And
then you
I'm
go outside
naked.
for some fresh air, and the fresh air hits.
And I'm
Yeah, the fresh air hits you, and you're like, I'm feeling myself.
I'm really feeling it.
Not like the prostitutes, though, in a different way.
You never know. Drunk and naked, you do weird things. But anyways.
Got a point. You got a point.
Anyways.
Oh.
The rest of the tournament goes on, and I'm not going to roll for the NPCs. Because
I don't
you guys don't
understand.
just want to see
No
me
way.
sitting here typing in rolls repeatedly.
Fight yourself. Fight
What?
yourself.
Yeah, we do.
That's my favorite thing. I want to see you fight yourself. Get it.
I'll come down to California and fight you. How about that?
Oof. Catch me outside. How about that? I mean, you're not going to get very far if that's how you fight.
It's not how I fight, I'm just making the noises.
I.
That's his
Bet.
intimidation tactic.
Oh, no.
It's that or the world's weirdest
these
mating
are meant to
call.
be fighting noises, right? Yeah, oh, God.
What a weird session. Anyway.
I'm actually no longer going to be here when you plan to come visit. So, big bummer.
Oh, God.
By the end of it, a clear winner is established, although maybe not so clear given the rules have been hazy from the start.
And most people, I assume, are very drunk.
Everybody at this point is incredibly drunk. Most people that lost in the first round are so drunk that they are either asleep or have retired to more private chambers for other things.
No sex allowed. No, I'm kidding. We paid
Some
them for the night.
Wholesome Buno turn.
Only wholesome strip Buno here.
Sex only Buno.
But by the end of the tournament, it is late on into the night, sometime in like almost the early morning by this
Has
point.
the captain not come down at all to watch or play or do anything?
Well, you don't know him by look. You can
Mm.
assume he might be amongst the various people watching, or maybe he left because he wasn't interested in watching a card game.
I feel like at some point Remy fell asleep at the bar, just been like curled up,
Naked?
snoozing, naked and drunk.
No.
You
If
could just-
you've lost all inhibitions, being naked and sleeping at a bar is
Well, I'm
nothing.
not allowed to have a blanket or anything, right? You gotta be naked, so I just fell asleep.
Keothi's asleep, spooning one of the other strippers that's also asleep.
They're strippers now.
No.
Technically, yes. In this one case, they
We're
have been
all
strippers.
strippers tonight.
Can I drunkenly check my coin purse really quick? Is it looking
Sure.
Is it looking okay?
As far as your swirly vision can tell, yeah, everything's great.
You see double.
I don't
on
get
every
to
coin.
I don't get to roll, and I have only had one drink, so I don't.
Oh, you
understand
haven't been
what you're
drinking the rest
saying.
of the night?
No,
Oh, okay. Then yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I'm gonna guide myself. Love being a celestial warlock. Yes, queen.
No.
That one drink does have you seeing double, though, and you're.
No, I rolled super high on my like I am not
Did you?
drunk. Yes.
It looks fine then.
Okay.
No seeing double, just you're a little bit too preoccupied to tell.
Okay. Well, now I feel like all my money is gonna be gone tomorrow. I don't like this.
You have to just let the game do what
So
the
why
game
do I have to roll to open up a coin pouch that is on my hip that I am intimate with and look into it to see if there is the
Because
same
you
amount
have
of coins?
you have presumably hundreds of coins in it, so it's not easy to tell at a glance unless you want to take it out of your pocket and start counting coin for
But I
coin.
feel like weight-wise, I could tell if it's gone down.
You won't notice if like 5 coins are gone by weight.
All right.
You've also been preoccupied arm wrestling. So.
I'll murder everyone in this. No, I'm kidding.
Fireball.
Oh,
She's
oh
not
no.
kidding.
Jesus.
Not again.
No fireballs in
Y'all
enclosed spaces.
Y'all ready to meet Chanel?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Jeez.
that's exactly what would happen if you drop a fireball in a tavern.
Ay, ay, ay.
Anyways. The rest of the night passes by just in mostly a blur, even for those of you not drunk. It's a grand old time. Lots of fun to be had of varying sorts if you're interested, but I'm not going to get into it. Come morning, you're all nursing some pretty heavy hangovers. Remy, at some point in the night, maybe early morning, you were moved into an actual bedroom, where so you're not sleeping just buck naked in the bar. You have a nice warm blanket drawn over you to keep your fishy body nice and toasty.
Oh no, there's disputes over fish in this town. They're gonna kidnap me. Is what Remy's like saying in his sleep.
Fucking
Don't
weird
take
ass
me
dream.
away.
But yes, after a little bit of time spent trying to like screw your heads back on right, you do manage to grab your clothes again, and begin your arduous journey of waking back up after a night of debauchery.
My arms are so sore from arm wrestling.
Pretty sure you pulled something.
Ugh.
Remy's hair, which is like usually like already curly and somewhat unkempt, is just like in every direction.
It's looking more like Nori hair.
Fair enough. But when you guys do wake up, though, the brothel is still definitely like closed for the morning. Most everybody is still asleep, and those who aren't asleep are clearly like the men and women employed to actually clean up the place in the morning and like take care of the tasks rather than take care of the clientele.
I wonder how confused they are at all the playing cards littered about everywhere.
They've been informed that there was a weird tournament last night. Some of them seem a little bit more confused. Others seem kind of upset that they missed something like this.
Up of legends.
Yeah, as they've heard like a little bit of it, because the time in which they come into work and the time in which the prostitutes went to sleep was sort of intersected. So they got to hear a little bit about like the end of it, though not very coherently. But as you guys make your way out, as there's not exactly breakfast served at a place that's not technically open in the morning, the sunlight burns holes right through your retinas. And the only thing you want to do is drink an ass ton of water, possibly puke it back up, and go back to sleep. Except Nori, who didn't drink very much. She's just hella tired.
Good night, though.
Very, I assume. You also didn't benefit from a long rest in terms of refreshing spell slots, but you are considered rested, so no exhaustion points at least.
Yeah, I don't think anyone used spells. I used guidance, but that's a cantrip.
I accidentally used Featherfall. Bring it back.
Use catapult.
Oh yeah,
I think that's the only thing.
I did that too. I can put one spell slot
How
back then.
terrifying being a mage and like getting so drunk you accidentally cast spells. Oh dear lord.
I mean, for a sorcerer, that's definitely a thing, especially wild magic.
Yeah,
You sneeze and cast dragon's breath.
dear god.
Remy thinks he overslept, and you see him running out of his room like the anime girl with the toast in the mouth, but it's hard
love
tack
it.
instead
Hell
of
yeah.
looking for his clothes around the brothel.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
He's disheveled but dressed.
All right. But yeah, you are now on the mean streets of Mist's End, hungover and tired.
Before we leave, can I actually count my money
Yes,
in the room?
it's all there.
Yay! These are good prospects.
Oh, that's a stereotype, Nori.
They probably just want us to come back because we spent lots of money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why would they want to steal from us? We paid them like way more than what they had to pay. And they didn't even have to do anything except arm wrestle. Like,
I mean, I got a
Holy
spoon.
shit.
I got a spoon.
And sort of put themselves on display, but in terms of their regular activities, that's like pretty
Weren't they
low end.
basically already like that? They most of them, it sounded like were already on display.
Yeah. On the scale of like their normal pay rates, you guys have seriously overpaid them.
Should we go try find Golden Eyebrow?
Golden eyebrow.
I thought he was supposed to be there last night.
GoldenEye theme starts playing for some reason.
I know, I was thinking of it in my head.
Why do I hear boss music?
Gunshots start fired.
More catapults.
Where's the GoldenEye 64 pause music?
Right? Oh my god. Yo, I love that meme so much.
The fucking banger.
A banger.
Oh, God. I'm not gonna lie, for some reason, after that session, I actually feel drunk.
Tends to happen when you get an overflow of
Whoa!
That was fun, though.
endorphins.
That was fun.
Ask
Is it worth
somebody
worth trying to find our bro in the next 17, 18, 19 minutes, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
Unless you had other plans.
We can ask the people who work here if he's still here, and then we wait for him to wake up, or if he's already left, he'll probably be at his
Golden
boat.
Dragon.
At his boat. The Golden Dragon.
You note that amongst those that you recognize, the barmaid is the only one that's actually still awake and doing things. And upon reflection, you're pretty sure she didn't drink or participate in any of the activities last night.
She's got work. She's a working lady.
Yep.
Somebody's got to.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Well,
morning,
somebody's gotta
man.
manage the
Is the captain still here? Do you know? Did he check out?
I believe
Did
he
he
left when the events started. He didn't seem all that interested, though he was interested in getting paid to relinquish his reservation.
No, we said we didn't take any prostitutes that weren't busy, right? Didn't we? We said that.
Yeah, but
But
the sailors had to
You
agree
also
as
could
well.
pay you could pay to like have the sailors be like, okay, I'll take.
Oh, and he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. And also got his money back.
I did pass along your message, but given you were busy at the time, he said to just meet him at his ship whenever you were
So he's not mad at us.
feeling better.
Perfect. Thank
No,
you.
he seemed perfectly happy to take your money.
Yay.
Also, many of his crew seemed perfectly happy to stay and watch. So
Yay.
I suppose they got some form of entertainment as well.
Make sure
So
you let now y'all know you guys are stewards of Buno.
We're in the good books.
Will hold that privilege with the dignity it deserves.
Just remember, if we ever pass back through and you want another one, we can do it again.
It could be annual.
I'll
Be
keep that
weekly.
in mind.
Can it be a holiday? Can we have a Buno boob day?
Boob day.
Boob no day.
Boob no day.
You know that the
booby
governor would
expansion
mind about
pack
this,
to
do you?
Buno.
The booby expansion back to Buno.
What's that about the governor?
You don't think the governor would mind about the whole Buno thing?
I don't
Why?
see
It's just-
why. It
it's
didn't
just like a
disturb the
party.
peace.
Do you think he'd be interested in watching the next one?
I doubt it.
Oh,
He's a very conservative man.
what about
Boobs
taking
against
part?
humanity.
I was pretty conservative until one of those coconut milk things.
He doesn't drink, so
Neither does Remy.
Boo.
I drink.
Oh.
I do drink. Just half the time, you guys get me the kitty stuff.
Dandelion juice.
To be
Remy's too nice to ask for alcoholic beverages when we give him.
Well, no, because every time I haven't been here, you guys just buy me like Capri Suns and shit.
and Capri Suns for my child.
Well, every time we've offered you alcohol, you've either said no or you've tasted it and said it tasted like shit.
It's not even.
Well,
that,
this
it's the
one
fact-
didn't.
It's the
I've
fact
had
that you fell
Remy,
asleep-
I
that one
believe.
didn't.
Remy,
fell asleep naked.
Our
That's why you don't drink alcohol. You fell asleep at the bar.
well, I was tired.
baby fish boy fell asleep naked at the bar. We can't let him drink ever again.
You can't do this with an adult.
Are you though?
Look, man, I don't drink often, but every now and then you have to have a spot of fun, you know?
I thought it was milk.
You had a lot of fun.
Well, it was our most profitable night in as long as I can remember. So if you want to come by and sponsor it again, feel free.
We had fun and we helped the local economy.
Yeah.
My job here is done.
Done.
It was great. It was great.
We did good and had fun. My 2 jobs.
Ooh.
All right, I'm going to find the golden dragon, which Remy thinks is going to be a big gold boat. Or a boat that has some sort of golden accessory or
An insignia or something.
something like that.
Well, you make your way down to the docks, and it is still fairly early morning, so there's not very many people milling around.
Just seagulls.
Just a lot of seagulls. It looks like most of the people who would have been more active in the morning have already actually set sail, so you could see a lot of fishing boats off in the distance. But not too many people on the docks. Making your way down the docks and looking at like all the ships that are in the harbor, you do see that they all typically have.
Make him away.
I was silently playing the piano, so I didn't interrupt you.
I see.
We were all doing this because we were all thinking it.
Yo, this
Like coconut
session
water
has
got
been a
me.
fucking mess, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
This session went way out of control.
This was like
quickly.
a good reintroduction back in after
was.
like 2 months of hiatus. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
It reminds me that I miss you guys.
I hope you realize that this episode will be demonetized basically immediately.
It's okay, that channel doesn't make money anyway.
I was like, what do you mean? I don't
What do you-
understand. Brad, what do you mean? Where's my payout for 2021? Give me that W-2.
Oh god.
Anyways, you make your way up the docks, not downtown,
Oh.
Way down, dogs.
and peering at the
Way
ship,
Ducks.
you can see they typically have some motif on the side of it, or
Like figurehead or something.
brand on the side of it, something that like has the name of the boat on it. And you do eventually find the boat called the Golden Dragon, and it becomes kind of obvious why it would be called that, as it's made of this pale palmwood lumber that
It is a gold
in,
boat.
in the sunlight it looks almost yellowish in tint.
What are the other boats called? Just out of interest.
There's the Sultry Whale.
Nice.
Just in Keothi nearly choke.
How did they at me like that?
Dare they? Oh, Jesus Christ.
The one next to that is the screaming seagull.
Nope. There's the Leviathan, the Screaming Seagull. Jesus Christ.
And then there's the princess.
Yeah.
Princess Porpoise.
Princess what now?
Princess Porpoise.
Nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
In your hungover state, you're reading some of these, and you're like, I think I need to go back to bed. But the prow of the boat is decorated with what appears to be a dragon head carved out of wood. On the golden dragon. No, wood. But the same palm lumber that seems to glow almost yellowish in tint in the sun. So obviously this is where the boat gets its name. The sails themselves are not the flat canvas sails, but instead they have that sort of ripple to them that I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Thank you, seagulls, for getting significantly louder out of nowhere.
What the fuck?
Remy's like struggling one with his heart attack, like one trying to
Get out of here.
I know you're hungry, but you can't have it, it's mine.
I need this to soak the alcohol, please.
Mine. Mine.
Mine.
Mine? Oh my god.
And you can see around the boat there do appear to be a mixture of mostly alert-looking sailors as well as extremely hungover ones, some of which you recognize from the night before, as they're kind of working around the boat, packing it up with supplies and whatnot. And you can see one man, who you guess is probably Goldenbrow, based on the fact that he's got very long blonde hair that almost shines like the wood of his boat.
Does he look like Fabio?
Sure, except a much less pretty Fabio.
Oh no!
He's got that aesthetic for the hair going on, but he's also got a very squat face and just
it's
not.
Fabio.
Oh no! It's bargain brand Fabio.
Fabio.
He's not a very attractive looking fellow, but he seems to still care about his appearance.
It's Fabio's distant relative. Oh no.
And as he sees you all approaching, he sort of gives you a little wave, but doesn't yell, as there's sailors around him who would probably puke if he did.
Are we still naked?
No.
No. What?
I don't remember saying we put clothes back on.
Maybe you are.
The barmaid would have not let you leave until you put your clothes back on.
I feel like
what kind of establishment do you think this is?
Oh god.
Good morning, Captain.
Morning. I heard you all hosted a very interesting evening.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fun.
Some of you look about as well as my sailors this morning.
Apologies.
Doing great.
It's okay. That's part of being a sea captain. I was told.
The good news is we're here to help.
Help?
Well,
get help.
Work.
I have no need of work, unless you mean you have cargo for me to carry.
We're the cargo.
We're the cargo.
Should we do this another time, or are you still drunk?
No.
Nope.
We
This
need
is
to
how
go
we
to
are
the
all the
Golden
time.
Flames.
Oh.
Would you be interested in taking us? We'll pay handsomely.
Handsomely. It's a little out of the way of anything useful for me, but I suppose I could detour afterwards to Boscawen and get some work there. So, yeah, I don't see why not. Let me take a look at my world map real quick.
Okay.
Says in DM.
Oh my god, look at it. Look at the
the
kitty's
map.
face.
On the map. On the map.
Where exactly in the Golden Plains do you need to go? It's a fairly
North.
large island. North.
Yeah.
For the entire journey, like I said, it's very out of the way. There's a lot of supplies, feeding all the men. 400 gold pieces for the entire trip seem reasonable. I can't tell if Onyx loves this or hates it.
He loves it. He's purring.
Would we know if that is a reasonable cost based on previous like ship expeditions we've done? That seems costly.
You worked on most of the other ship expeditions you've done, so it's a little bit harder to gauge.
You've also said the words handsomely.
Yeah, but handsomely doesn't mean to get ripped off.
You can always do a insight check to see if he's trying to bullshit you.
Yeah, I'll try to do an insight check. I fail miserably. Well,
There's no like tells. It doesn't seem like he's bullshitting you. It does seem a bit high, but you also don't have a huge amount of experience sailing these seas.
We also
So maybe
know
there's a
it's-
good reason for it.
yeah.
We also know it's dangerous.
Yeah, for multiple reasons. The demons, well, the whatever, demon things, and the green skin peninsula thing.
That
makes
would be going
sense.
the other direction.
Oh,
I mean, I know you said you weren't looking for workers, but is there any way we could work to kind of skim some off the top? I'm a pretty decent cook, and we do actually have battle skills. We can provide defense in the case of something happening.
I mean, it's up to you to provide those services if we come under attack. If you choose not to fight and we come under attack and the ship sinks as a result, well, you paid for it with your lives. So
I mean, I'm definitely not trying to pay a whole lot of gold just to sit here and watch a ship sink.
ultimately, not really. I have plenty of protection on board as it is. We have a chef. He's pretty good. No real complaints in terms of ship food anyways, as good as that can get.
honestly, dude. We
It's
do tend to
400
do a lot of work on the ships that we go on. Maybe it'd be nice just to have,
A nice.
I do ask that you try not to get my sailors too drunk playing Buno again while we're on the boat, as
Did we
they do
leave
have
Sarah
work to do.
somewhere?
promises.
Or is he coming with us?
Sarah is currently asleep in the brothel,
Hey.
unless one of you went to go pick him up.
He lives there
Um,
now.
Before you left.
Were we planning to bring him with us, or we were dropping him
No.
off here?
We were gonna leave him here anyway, but it might be nice to say bye and not just leave him in a brothel.
How about this? If it's 400 gold for the four of us, I'm gonna take 100 gold, put it in Xylia's hand for my share, and I'm gonna go back to the brothel so I can leave a message, a note
Okay. I will
for
take
him.
the 200 gold and put it in Nori's hand.
Okay.
I just made 200 gold.
I'm gonna take my 100 gold and give it to Nori too, and be like, "Looks like it's you."
All right. So then you take the captain up on his offer, I guess.
Smile happily and then attempt to continue to bargain with him.
All right. How?
Trying to think of something.
What if we bring a prostitute?
That's a skill you probably don't have on board.
Yeah.
Can we? You make me
A
naked all the time.
Nice. Probably not on board a ship. That's a good way to get sunburns in inappropriate places.
Oh. Ow.
I can't just like haggle with him. Like I can't just be like,
Yeah, if you just want to haggle it, go ahead and make me a
Yes.
persuasion check.
Cool guidance.
He seems pretty set on the price. And his
Isn't it
arguments
sad
seem
that with
pretty
the fucking
sound.
+7 and guidance, that's what I get on this roll?
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was a really bad roll.
That is
Big
very
F.
rough. Shit.
I literally rolled a 2. Like, what is happening here?
I didn't even notice
Um,
the +7 until you mentioned it.
You
Yeah.
have to give him the money. No.
Oh no!
Remy, when you get back to the brothel to leave a message for Sarah, and you do eventually find him, he is curled up at the foot of one of the working girls' beds. His tail basically wrapped around one of her ankles, and he's just snoring his fucking brains out. Buck naked, I might add, though it's a little bit less obvious with all that fur.
He's on the ground? He's on the floor?
No, on the.
He's at the foot of her bed.
Oh, at the foot of the bed.
on the end.
I'm gonna grab a blanket from somewhere and put it over him, and then I'm gonna really quickly scribble a note saying we got passage to the Golden Plains. Take care, well wishes. Hope to see you again soon in good health. And I draw lots of little flowers.
No herpes from the harpies.
My favorite part is I'm imagining Remy just sitting in this prostitute's room while both Sarah and the prostitute are sleeping, and he's doodling on some paper on the ground.
They're both snoring. It's like a competition.
I'm doing it very quietly, and then I fold the letter neatly, and I kind of slip it
Place
in
it over
his
his
hand.
junk.
Okay, as long as in between his butt cheeks.
In between his butt cheeks.
Nope. Right, like close where I know like he's gonna find it and grab it, and then I quietly
Head back up.
I'm gonna leave him a couple gold just so he can get himself started. So I'll put 2 gold on the note.
I really love the fact that
between
we're
his butt
investing. Oh, no. No.
But all right, so you leave him a couple gold and a note, and head back to the party, I guess.
I have sadly given our money to this man.
The full 400.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, my roll wasn't that great, so
Nope.
probably not gonna budge.
All right. Well, with that, after some quick preparations, you guys are all boarded upon the boat and setting sail within the next hour or so for the Golden Plains. And
hi ho.
we will stop the session there since we are exactly at time.
God damn.
Actually, we're 1 minute over, but
Yeah.
Well, look, every good show has to have a tournament arc, and
We did ours.
We hit our tournament arc.
How good was that, though?
That was one of the most beautiful.
That was like really random and fun.
Definitely one of the weirder things I've done in D&D. Not so much the card tournament part, but the naked or strip card tournament.
The fact that we bought out a brothel just to have a card tournament.
Definitely one of the weirder things.
The most wholesome use of a brothel ever.
He was set on the nakedness, though. There was
Quite
no
literally.
getting.
Next time it'll be a Magic the Gathering tournament.
Oh my god. I'm not sure we're allowed to do that within Dungeons and Dragons, given they're made by Wizards of the Coast. It's like, I feel like that's like
True.
copyright infringement within the copyright.
Oh god.
Yeah,
But,
we wouldn't want to worry about all that money that we're making off of this, huh?
Let's play Quidditch instead.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was really good, though. That was fun.
I prefer Blitzball personally, but
Oh god. Gonna get
It's
I've never
fine,
put
you
it
just
with
changed the
fucking game.
letter, right? It's Buno. It's Magic the Battering.
Magic the Battering.
Flitzball.
I don't think
Anyways.
that brothel with the no bruise rule will let you play Magic the Battering.
I gotta go raid in about 20 minutes, so I'm going to let you guys go so I can actually go like eat and
Enjoy Q time Savage.
I'm in queue.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you not next week, but the week after.
Yes.
Bye bye.
For some more Buno.